Testing, testing. I think we're up and running. Right. It looks like Bailey Britton's hats are contagious, and looks like the whole side's going to be just about wearing them. Anyway, James and Adam are. Yeah, Bales has started something. Jared's got one as well. He's just given him. So he's got. Okay, so these are all Bailey Britton's hats, and the whole team looks like they might be wearing them while they're out here batting, maybe even bowling later. So that's what you call taking the piss. Anyway, Stingrays agreed to bowl first because they've got 5 players, and now it seems like the Ants have as well. Even Ellis has got the hat on as well. Anyway, Frank's going to open the bowling. It's right on the dot of 6 o'clock, so we're going to start on time and play ball. Right, we get started. The fridge light is on. So Frank bowls to Adam, and sort of leg side-ish. It was a full toss, and he helped himself to a couple of runs. Frank Elliott bowling to James Connolly. And hits his foot, and he's called through for a single, which is what they get. Last show, the fridge lights got turned off just then. There you go. So someone was onto that pretty quick. As Frank bowls to Adam, and he hits it straight. And well, there was certainly an opportunity of a run out there, but that didn't eventuate, and they got 5 runs. Frank bowling to James, short, and it would have been a wide. He hit it. He got 2, and there's one ball remaining. As Frank Elliott about to bowl the last ball of the first over, short. Adam helps himself to 2. That's the end of the over. So both sides with the 5 players at the moment, but I think they're both expecting 6, which would be good. Nick Casson, he'll be bowling next. Play ball. So Nick, right up over the wicket to bowl to Daisy Adam Pearce. And he hits it on the leg side and picks up 2. G'day, mate. Yeah, good, thanks. Hopes he's just let me know that we are on live, so that's good, because otherwise I would have been talking to nobody, which I'm more than capable of doing, as many people know. Anyway, we're glad we've on the YouTube, and James helps himself to a single. Chris Sells just walked through the door. That'll be the 6th player for the Ants, and that looks like Jamie Pickles rocking up for the Stingray. So both sides all of a sudden have 6, which is great. That would have been run out. Adam hit it for 7. It was a full toss. Wasn't a great delivery, but it almost resulted in a wicket. Oh, they're giving Chris Sell one of those hats now as well. There you go. He doesn't look very impressed about having to wear it. Anyway, bit of Christmas cheer, and they're going to all wear one of those ridiculous hats each. 2 runs there for James. Last ball. Anyway, the only one not wearing the hat at the moment is Bailey, and he's the one who brought them all. So he'll probably wear it when he bats, though. Yeah, that's just out. And I give that, and that's the end of the over, and he doesn't review, even though it was close-ish. Anyway, Jamie Pickles has just made his way onto the court. Looks like he might keep. James will be bowling. Yeah, no Clinton, no Ash, no Paul Gower, just to name 3 of the Stingrays who could be watching at home, so if you are, g'day to you. Play ball. And same with the Ants. If there's any players that play for the Ants that aren't here tonight, I hope you're watching, and hopefully we have a good game. That was a drop catch that Adam hit to Nathan. They managed to keep the scoring down to just 1 as James bowls to James. And he hits it on the leg side, and there's Jamie Pickles, and the throw comes in and hits James in the arse. So be it. And there you go. They got 2. This is James bowling to Adam this time, and Adam hits it in the air. He's got to be a bit fortunate. He gets away with it. Tommy does the fielding, and they get 2 runs. Adam was actually quite crook last week, he was telling me. But he's a lot better now, apparently. And James hits a nice shot and wide of Nick, and they get 3 for 2 more. And there's 1 ball to go in the over. 3rd over of the game. 34 degrees it is, so it's rather warm just quietly at 6:05 p.m. on the 17th of December 2024. No ball. End of the over. So 3 overs done and dusted. 28 runs on the board, none for 9 for James Drummond. Tom Brown, he'll be bowling next. Wiping the sweat off his brow already, and just been out here for 3 overs, hasn't done anything yet. Play ball. But he's about to, and he comes in the bowl. Good ball. He skies it. There goes Nick, and they get a run. How you going? Okay. Tommy, Adam, they pick up 2. Did you have something faster, did you say? No, you got a bit of time before you have to play. All right, Tommy bowls, and he hits it straight, and there's Frank. Oh, Frank doesn't take it cleanly. Otherwise, they could have run him out. All right, they got 1. Tommy just polishing the ball on his shirt. He comes in the bowl now. Full toss, and Adam helps himself to 2 more. Not a high one. Last ball. And Tom comes in to bowl to James. Short. He hits it well. He hits it straight at Adam. The fielding from James is pretty good, but the throw's just a bit wayward, and they get 1. End of the over. They've had a few chances, the Stingrays. They've picked up 1 wicket so far in the first 4 overs. That was a run out in the 2nd over. They've probably had 2 or 3 other opportunities. And when you're playing a side like the Ants, you do need to take your opportunities as often as you can when they come along. Jamie Pickles, the bowler. Play ball. So he's bowling to James Connolly. And he bowls a few balls to himself, and now he comes in to bowl officially. No ball off the pitch. It was a wrong one. So came back at the right-handed batsman after it pitched, but when it's off the pitch like that, it's not really going to cause too many issues for the batsman. He bowls this one, and that's a better ball. That's a leg spinner. It was on target, and a swing and a miss by James, no run. Jamie, and on leg side, and with an extra run. I don't think he hit it. I don't think he hit that ball. No. No, it was just spin. It was just spin. That's all it was. Anyway, he bowls, and off the foot, and there's Nick, and they get 1. There's 1 ball remaining. The keeper was backing me up with that wide call. He said it didn't hit the batsman or the bat either. And James is even closer to this play than I was. That'll be 2. That's the end of the over. That's James Drummond. Anyway, Nathan Tremlett's going to bowl. And they'll be hoping the Stingrays to get at least a wicket or 2 in this over, I would have thought. Play ball. So here comes Nathan. He bowls to James. It's a shocker. It's a wide ball with a re-bowl. And he's not his finest delivery that we've ever seen from Nathan, I got to say. Anyway, let's see whatever this is a better ball. Squares him up and hits his leg, and they get through for a single. Nathan to Adam here. Short of a length, and he plays it nicely, and there's Frank again. Fortunately fumbled it initially, and that enabled the batsman to get through for a comfortable 2. As Nathan bowls this one to James, and that's off his leg and onto the stumps, and that's good night, Nurse. So thanks for coming. And that's Nathan Tremlett. We said he'd be looking for a wicket or 2. Well, there's 1 wicket for him, and there's still 2 balls to go. So they need to finish this partnership off strongly, do the Stingrays. And Nathan, this is not a good ball. It's a wide full toss, and we pay the wide with another re-bowl. So a little bit like the first delivery, not a good one. Anyway, Nathan looking for a better result here. It's not a good one though, it's another wide, and that'll also be re-bowled. So yeah, Nath, 3 wides. 1 good ball that he got James bowled on. That's just in, so that was a tight one, but I reckon good. And I reckon Nathan will be thrilled to pieces that we didn't call another one, because 3 in an over is more than enough. Last ball, super ball. What can he do here? And yeah, Adam goes for the big shot, and Jamie Pickles makes a good effort to try and catch it, but it goes for 3, which will be 6, and that's the end of the over. So all in all, it's worked out pretty good for the Ants. They've got 54 runs after 1 pair, and Adam got 31, which is no surprise, but James Connolly chipped in with 23. So well done to him as well. Right, as I said, they're taking the piss tonight, the Ants. They're all going to be wearing those ridiculous hats that Bailey's got a whole bag of them. It looks like all the players are going to be coming out here looking more ridiculous than normal, probably. But that's okay. Bit of Christmas spirit and all the rest of it, and have a bit of fun this time of the year. Chris Sell, how you going? He waves to me, and it's probably not necessary, but that's okay. Play ball. Yeah, Chris Sell, what an individual. Yeah, this is Frank Elliott bowling to Jared. Jared Plain gets a full toss. He hits it for 2. Frank actually does field that one cleanly, but they still get their 2 runs. Chris Sell facing his first ball here. A shame if he got out first ball, wouldn't it? He comes in a leg side, so there's another one of those just to get him off the mark. And that just takes the pressure off the incoming batsman facing his first ball. Frank. Chris, a bit short of a length, hit it in the air. He could be caught here. No, it's just wide of Tommy, and then it spins, and Nick can't get a handle on it, and they get 2. And the Stingrays, it's the last chance for them to have a win before the end of the year, and haven't had many. That's a wide class ball, and talking to 2 or 3 of them just prior to the game, they indicated that they didn't think they'd win tonight either. I said, I wish they had been playing an easier team competitively than the Ants. That's the end of the over, and really the only other team that I can think of that would be in the same realm in terms of competitiveness would be against the Sharks probably. Anyway, they're not playing them, they're playing the Ants, and so it's going to be a tall order. This is Nick, play ball. Nick Casson, play, bowling to Chris Sell. And that's not a bad ball. There's a bit of swing for him, and well fielded by Nathan, and the batters get through for a single. James Connolly at the back there. He brought a couple of his kids down here tonight, and they were having McDonald's to eat when I arrived for dinner. And that's a drop catch, but it was a tough one, and it goes for 4, side net, back net. And after they had their McDonald's, James came out here and bowled to one of his sons, actually, who's about 3 foot high, if that tall. And anyway, I got to say that his son carted him all over the park. I saw him hit at least 1 7 and a couple of 4s. So that'll give the Stingrays a bit of confidence. If a young kid like that can hit James all over the park, then surely some of the Stingrays might have a chance against him when he bowls. Anyway, at the moment they're enjoying facing Nick because he's just been hit for 2 7s in a row, and he has 19 off his first 4 balls. So it's last ball coming up. The score has all of a sudden escalated to 81, and we've hardly come up for air. Yeah. Nick bowling to Chrissell, and it's short. It's a shocker. It deserves to go all the way. It won't. It'll be 4. It would have been run out, and that'll be the end of the over. So 23 runs coming from that over. Yeah, Deadrock type figures that, and he'll be playing later on. Can't wait for that, for the Deadrock team. In fact, that'll be the next game, I believe. See you next Tuesday in Deadrock. And then, of course, at 8:10, the highlight of the night. We were talking about it on and off all last night. I was promoting it. The dynamic duo Hopesy and Inchy play ball, playing against the Reapit Babies at 8:10, a 2-on-6 game, leg side. So we're looking forward to that. We mentioned last night that they've never been beaten, but the Reapit Babies got within 1 run of them when they played several months ago. In fact, it's probably a good year and a half ago that game was probably on. Not sure exactly, but anyway, it was quite some time ago, and we'll be hoping we get another good game there tonight, because the Reapit Babies might fancy their chances, but I reckon just about everybody that the dynamic duo has played have all fancied their chances, and they've been sorely mistaken when they've seen that they've got pretty much towed up every time, except for when the Reapit Babies were playing. That's a full toss that goes all the way, and it would have been run out, but he's missed the stumps. He was right there. They got 7, and James can't believe he missed the stumps there, but I'm not overly shocked at all, really. Last ball. Very few things surprise me in this game these days. And that'll be James. That's not bad, and they get 1. End of the over. Anyway, things continue to go very nicely for the Ants, and those Stingrays that have managed to avoid not having to play tonight, and maybe just watching this game live on YouTube, you've probably dodged a bullet, because 97 runs have come from 9 overs, and it looks like it's going to get worse before it gets better. Tom Brown, play ball. So, yep, Tommy to Jared. And he plays that shot on the leg side for 2, but he does look ridiculous in that hat. So does Chrissell. And Chrissell just knows, and he just gave me the thumbs up, so he's well aware that he looks a lot more ordinary than he usually does. And so does the whole team. He's played it on. That's good. Good night, Irene. Thanks for coming, your beauty. And Chrissell gets an inside edge onto the stumps, and Tom Brown picks up a wicket, and the Stingrays are up and about. Yes, we want to see the Stingrays at least finish on a high tonight. Last night of indoor cricket, or week of indoor cricket before the end of the year, and Chrissell's done again. Oh, Tommy gives him the send-off a little bit there too. He sort of waved the finger, and he was pretty excited. Yeah, Chrissell's blaming the hat, but it's also a combination of the fact that he's got a lack of ability, and he's been bowled twice in 2 balls, and Tommy's on a hat trick. Gee whiz, can we get 3 in a row? That would bring the house down. Tommy comes in, he bowls to Chris. Chris goes for the big shot, he hit it well. Nathan's there, he can't gather it up after hitting the side net and the back net, and they got 4. So there's 1 ball remaining. And Tommy, looking for another wicket here, I reckon, as he bowls to Jared. And leg side, so we're going to pay that, and that'll be the end of the over. So at the end of the day, they only lost the 2 runs in that over, and that was the worst over by some margin for the Ants. But a good over by Tom, who's got 2 for 5. And it looks like Nathan might bowl again, and he's not going to bowl the last over, because he did that in the first pair and he bowled 3 wides, play ball. So that's probably good tactics. And there we go, we start with another shocker. So that's a wide that he doesn't have to re-bowl, but would have had to had he have been bowling the last over of the partnership. So he must have been onto something here. Now that's a better ball, but it goes smack back at him, and actually Nathan did pretty well. Drop catch, but gee, he got 1 hand to it and stopped it from going for 7. They only got 1, and so I don't think he'll be too disappointed with that outcome. Nathan bowls to Jared, and Jared just hits it a full toss on the leg side for 2. The 100 comes up again. 100 runs on the board. It's taken 10.3 overs to get him. As he bowls to Chrissell, and he hits the top net, and it lands just in front of Nathan. And again, the fielding team probably not too unhappy with that. And there's one ball remaining in the 11th over. And Nathan bowls to Jared, and Jared gets an inside edge over the stumps. He's very lucky, and it would have been run out, but he missed over. So lucky not to be bowled, lucky not to be run out there. That's how it worked out. And this pair's got 48, and it's been evenly spread because both batters are on 24. So they've both done a good job. Play ball, despite the fact that Chris has been bowled on 2 occasions, which we won't forget in a hurry. That should be out. It will be. Oh, Tommy takes the catch. Jared Plain, you're on your bike, son. And our mate Jamie Pickles picks up a wicket. Well bowled. And this is Jamie again. And he's bowling to Chris Sell. And Chris hits it on the leg side, and James is there, but they get a couple. And Jamie, as he bowls to Jared, and Jared on the full, and yeah, I reckon that's out, and I reckon they'll review this, but I reckon I'll be right, and yeah, the review's coming, so that doesn't surprise me. It was a full toss, it was a drop catch, not that it was easy. The fielding from Nathan was pretty good. And he hit the stumps, and I reckon that Jared's going to be slightly short here. And it's the first review of the night, so we're obviously hoping to be right here, was. And it's going to be tight, but it's out. It's hit the stumps already, and it's short. And if I wind it forward just for the sake of the interest, he's probably still out. And yeah, he is. And so 2 frames. But anyway, that'll be gone. So a wicket for the Stingrays, and a lost review for the Ants. Play ball. As he bowls this to Chris, hits a full toss for 4, side net, back net, Nathan's there, doesn't quite get the ball cleanly in the hand, otherwise he would have got the throw away, looking for another run out. Last ball, Super Ball, they're on 98, and Jamie bowling to Jared, and yeah, off his leg, now hits the side net, but that won't make any difference. They get 2 runs, and that's the end of the over. So Super Ball, 2 runs. Yeah, 2 times 1 is 2. That's all right. Yes, I haven't been to school since 1985, but when I did go last, I'm pretty sure that 2 times 1 was 2. And I've given that 2 runs on the Super Ball. Nathan's going, I hit his leg, and I'm going, yeah, I know. And that's because the Super Ball, we double the score, and as I said, 2 times 1 is 2. Right, anyway, eventually the penny dropped, and our mate Nathan was with us, which is good. Yeah, imagine copping abuse as an umpire for that one, eh? Gee whiz, I thought it was coming. It was anyway, play ball. Right, Frank Elliott, and he's bowling to Bailey. And Bailey just tucks it away on the leg side for 2. Yeah, the man that's responsible for all these ridiculous hats that they brought down here tonight. And I guess when they field, they'll probably all wear them again, I guess. And yeah. Oh, that's a chance of being caught by either Frank or Nathan. Maybe Frank didn't actually go for it, and that might have just put Nathan off a little bit. Anyway, I reckon it was close enough to for Frank to actually try and catch that right-handed. It was not that far away from him, and he didn't even try. Anyway, I can't make people try. Frank bowls to Alistair Laurie. Short ball, he should hit it, and he does hit it, but not as well as I thought he might. It just picks up 2. Last ball, only early stages of the partnership. If he had got that ball sort of after about 3 overs in, he might have looked to hit it for 7. Frank bowls to Bailey. Bailey hits it fairly well and in the air, and there's a chance here. I reckon that's in. So I reckon that'll be not out. I'll pay 4, and that's the end of the over. And it looks like the Stingrays agree with that call because no one is reviewing it. Yes, anyway, Nick Casson. And play ball. And, you know, Nick bowls this one, and Bailey helps himself to 2 runs. Yep, surprise, surprise. I was watching a little bit of the Big Bash this afternoon, and the surprise was that my wife came and joined me in the lounge room and watched all of about 7 or 8 minutes of it with me. And she said, "Oh, you should commentate this." You know, here we go. That'll be out, by the way. And I couldn't believe she said that, but she did. And she said, why don't you commentate this? And I said, well, you know, not easy to get a job like that. But anyway, she said the only problem would be you wouldn't be able to rip into people that's wide to the same extent you do when you're down here at SEMAs. And I said, well, that's probably true, but, you know, I think my wife thinks that that's all I do when I'm commentating down here at SEMA Sports, that I only rip into people. It's leg side, last ball, and it's not. I try to explain to her that it's probably around about 75% calling the play and 25% picking on people when they perform badly, and the other 25% is you know, taking the mickey or, you know, having cracks at people when they perform poorly. End of the over. Anyway, she'd be an authority on the subject, I said to her, because I reckon she's watched all of about 15 minutes in total of my commentary since it's began, probably 6 months ago or so. So she hasn't listened to enough of it, in my view, to form the opinion that it's only about ripping into people and being rude and picking on people and what they're wearing and how badly they're batting or bowling. I said that is the fun bit, and that's the bit that most people seem to enjoy, but it's still only about a quarter of the time that I spend on it. Play ball. The rest of the time we're talking, you know, strategy, you know, who they might bowl and when, and you know, whether they need to play a big shot to keep the score ticking along. We compliment all the good shots, and there's plenty of those as well, and the good bowling and the good fielding, so it's not just about taking the piss out of everybody. But fair to say that if I was umpiring on TV with the big bash, not that that'll ever happen, I'd have to tone it down a little bit, I imagine, with some of the players there. Mightn't get away with the same licence that I seem to have down here, not that I'm taking advantage of that. Right, anyway, Kiana's sorting out the netball bibs down the back and doing a great job. There's no one to serve at the moment. There's a couple of netball games happening on the MCG in Bay 13. No juniors today, I don't think. That's well fielded by Nathan. I reckon that tap would have been gone if he hit the stumps, but he missed and they get one. 122 in the 15th over. And Tom Brown bowling to Bales. That's Bailey. And he tucks it away nicely on the leg side for 2. And that'll be the end of the over. So Tommy Brown's got 2 for 15, which actually isn't too bad a figures given the overall scoreline. And Bailey's done pretty well so far. He's made 23 runs, and Ellis is really struggling, to be fair, because he's only on 1. And James Drummond, he will be the next bowler. Play ball. Yeah, I said to my wife, we also describe the play a lot too, you know, no ball off the pitch, a lot of good spin bowlers down here. Hopesy and Hinchy lead the way, but I mean, I call things like the wrong'un, the toppy, the flipper, the leggy, the outswinger, the in-swinger, all those sort of things. So we're trying to make a description of the play a lot of the time, so that if you're at home watching on YouTube and you don't pick the ball up all that well, we can let you know exactly what's going on as best we can. James bowls this one to Alistair, and in the air, but it might go all the way. It does. It wasn't a really good shot, to be fair. In fact, one of the worst looking 7s I've seen. He looks pretty proud of the shot, but I reckon it was a bit fortunate. They got 7 anyway, and they'll take it. James to Bailey, and that's a good 7. That's a good shot, and that's out though. That's really good fielding, and I reckon the Ants are more excited about that than the Stingrays. That's last ball. So Chris Sell down the back there, that's his team that we've just given out on a 7, and he's standing at the back there going, please was please. So they all wanted that to be out as well, and it was. So anyway, it's all good. It was a good shot, but it cost him 5. That's the end of the over. Happens to a lot of very good players down here. Happens to a few ordinary players as well. Looks like Nathan again is going to bowl the second last over, so yeah, a bit gun shy. He's not going to be bowling the last over of an innings or the last over of a partnership anytime soon, because he's been spraying them a bit. Play ball. Yeah, round the wicket. So Nathan comes in the bowl too. That's a shocker. No ball. and it would have been a wide. You can take your pick, but he hit it, so it's obviously not a wide, but it is still a no ball +2. And yeah, Nathan's first ball of all 3 overs have all been wides or no balls. That's a nice shot by Bailey, and he picks up 2. And they've got it up to 140, and that'll be well and truly more than enough, I would think, as Nathan bowls to Alistair, and it's a good ball, and Alistair just struggling to get bat on ball there. He'll be blaming the hat too, just like Chris Sell did. Nathan bowls again, and in the air, it should be out. Jamie Pickles is under it. He takes the catch, and another wicket falls. Last ball. Yep, so a wicket for Nathan. That'll help his figures along a little bit. Second wicket, I think. And there's Bailey, and there's Tom. Oh, Tommy, he had it, then he spilt it. It's gone for 2, but it should have been 1, and that's the end of the over. And even had it have been taken cleanly, even the run out would have been a possibility. Anyway, we've got 1 over to go in the innings. There's only been 1 review so far, which was lost by the batting team. Play ball. And so they've got 1 left, and if they want to use it in this last over, and the fielding team still have 2 up their sleeve. Full toss, I reckon it wasn't high in the end, and that would have been run out, but it's not because he missed, and they get 7. So Bailey Britton will be pretty happy with that, and Jamie's not too happy about the fact that it was a full toss. He comes in to have another go, and he hits that on the full. It lands just in front of Jamie, and they get 2 runs for that. Jamie Pickles, and he's bowling to Bales. And that'll be a wide. It did come back a bit, but nowhere near enough in time to, it was always going to be a leg. Yeah, rebowl, yeah. It was always going to be a leg side. It's Jamie, comes in to bowl to Bailey. And good enough. That's on line, pretty much inside the line the whole way down. And anyway, it's a good ball. Not a great ball in terms of threatening a wicket or anything, but good in terms of being accurate enough to not be a wide. That'll be 3. In fact, it might be 4, and it will be 4. So that's a misfield there by Nathan Tremlett, and most unfortunate there. And it's last ball, super ball. To say they need a wicket is an understatement. Anyway, there won't be a wicket here, I don't think. In fact, I think it'll be 10, and that'll be the end of the over. So can I grab the ball, please, fellas? And Jamie's got 2 for 31. They got 62 runs, that pair. So that's good going. Thanks, Ray. Thanks, mate. And there we go, yep. All right, we swapped the balls over, and it's a good advertisement for the centre. We like to be able to keep you up to date with the scores on the other grounds, whether it be netball or cricket. And I can tell you that on the MCG, there's a game of netball there at the moment. The Dream Team are in command in that game. They're leading, 36-20. So 16 goal difference there with 5 minutes left in the final quarter. So, as I said before, I don't know lots about netball, but I know enough to know that when there's a 16-point difference with 5 minutes to go, the other team's not going to win. Bay 13, what is happening there? Got the Greenwood, it might be the Greenwood girls, I think, and Dribble. I had a bit of a look at the website the other day, actually, to look at the netball teams, because they're all abbreviated on the scoreboards, and I haven't perhaps accurately described some of the teams because I didn't know what the full team name was, but I think it's the Greenwood girls, and they're on 23, playing Dribble, who are on 29, so that's Dribble 6 goals in front with 5 minutes to go, so they probably have enough in hand, but I guess Greenwood, if they got on a roll, would still be some sort of a chance. So anyway, that gives you an idea of what the scores are on the other 2 courts, and hopefully some people tuning in will be interested in knowing both what the cricket and netball scores are. As I say, we're a multi-sport centre, and we love it. Play ball. So Jamie Pickles opening the batting with James Drummond, and we start. That's a nice shot from Jamie, and he picks up 2 runs the first ball that he faces. Jared Plain is the bowler, and let's see how they go here. They're chasing 162. James. No, Chris. No, he didn't. So Chris straight into the action. Playing a miss, he said to the batsman, lift his foot, and I said no. Jared, in swinger, that's a good ball. And that's too good for James as it turned out. Yeah, the in swinger from the left-handed bowler into the right-handed batsman. And he tried to hit it across the line and he didn't make contact, so an early wicket for the Ants. Jared, James, and here comes Chrisell. Oh, that's gone. That'll be out, the direct hit. They're pretty excited. And I don't think they'll review that, and I hope they don't, because he was gone by a fair margin. And they're watching from the sidelines, most of them. And yeah, there's no dispute in that one. Very nicely fielded by Chris. Nice shot by Jamie. And there's a throw by Adam, and they get 2, and that'll be the end of the over. So a good start for the Ants, not that they needed it. They've got plenty of runs to play with, and 2 for -6 there for Jared Plain. So, you know, happy days. Bailey Britton, the next bowler. Yep, so all 6 players for the Ants, all wearing those ridiculous hats, thanks to Bailey Britton. And the more you look at it, the worse it looks, I reckon. So, yeah, there's just no coming back from this. Play ball. And he bowls. So Jamie hits it top net. There's Alistair. And he fires the throw in unnecessarily, as the batters were always going to be home comfortably for 2. For 1, I should say. 1, they were never going to get running up. This is Bailey bowling around the wicket, right arm to James. Gives it plenty of air. James skies it, and that'll be out. So that's not a very good shot at all. And Adam was able to take the catch without too many problems. And Bailey bowls this, and again plenty of air. That won't be out. And yeah, no, don't even bother. Don't even bother asking. What's this I'm a little teapot thing you got going on here, eh? Fair income. No, Chris. Yeah. Anyway, Chrisell, gee whiz. Yeah. And that's a nice shot, but he should be run out, and he will be. So you can see that coming. As soon as he hit the ball was short, it was there to hit, and it's probably a decent outdoor shot. But in this game, it just sat up nicely for Alistair, and he walked it in and took the easy run out. Bailey, Jamie, that'll be out as well. That's out stumped, and so the hits just keep coming now. We've got 2 overs done and dusted. They're chasing 162, and they've got -20 after 2 overs, and Bailey Britton's got 3 for -14. So there's going to be some good stats coming up here for the Ants, and there's going to be some shit stats coming up for the Stingrays, it's fair to say. Unavoidable. Play ball. Chrisell, right arm around the wicket. There's a few netballers head down towards the back for the next game down there at Bay 13. And if they have a quick glance at me, they'll probably think, who's this loser talking to himself into the microphone and to nobody? And I can answer that question for him. That'll be me. Yeah. Anyway, that's a good ball. Has that bowled him? Yeah, so it has. I'm blocked by Bailey, but you can see that the stumps are broken and Bailey didn't knock them off. The easiest way to sort it out is to check it. Yeah, I can check it. So the batting team's saying this came off the keeper onto the stumps, but I don't reckon that's the case. I reckon this is bowled. And we'll just double check to keep the peace, because we're allowed to check bowls. And I've already had a quick look, and I reckon that's what it'll be. But, you know, we've got the technology, so we can use it to confirm a bowled situation, and that's what we'll do. So he plays the shot, he's behind the stumps, the keeper, and so the ball must have already hit him in the bail, and it certainly hasn't happened from the keeper, so it's going to be out. So the bail doesn't come off initially when it probably hits them. But it certainly hasn't happened from the keeper knocking them off. It's happened from the ball hitting the stumps on impact. Play ball. Yep, so anyway, that's okay. He's hit that in the air. Oh, gee, that was a bit of a strange effort there from Jared to try and catch that. And it didn't work for him, but he still kept it off the net, so I guess only 1 run. Not going to hurt him. In the air, gee whiz. Almost played it on. Chance of a run out? No, I reckon they're home. Gee whiz, it's hard work getting a run here for the Stingrays, and they managed to get a run on that, but it was hard fought as their score escalates in a hurry to -21. Last ball, right arm round the wicket. Okay, so the batsman not happy about the hat being putting him off there. You should technically leave it out of the court, but we don't usually make a big thing and song and dance about that during midweek cricket. Anyway, wide. And that'll be the end of the over. So a wideish one there from Chris to finish with, but 1 for 1 is his stats, and compared to the other two, probably not as flash, but anyway, none for negative 19 after 3 tells the story. James Connolly, here's their chance to score some runs. Play ball. So he mentioned earlier that James was getting towed up by his young son earlier on in the practice before the game. He was smacking him. No, I'm not going to give it to you. No, tight, but anyway, 2 runs. Yeah, he was getting towed up, getting hit for 6s and 5s and 4s and so forth. And this is an over that just gives the Stingrays a bit of hope, hopefully for them. Full toss, no ball. I'm going to pay that. I reckon it was too high. I reckon that's not out. And so a no ball plus 4 is what we pay. And already we've got 8 runs off 2 balls here. So the tide is a-turning while James is bowling. And that should be a wide, but he hit it. And it doesn't go very far. And no, that will be in as well. But gee, they're making hard work of it still. Giving us something to look at here in terms of the closeness of run-outs and therefore, so forth. Anyway, James bowls this one. And Jamie plays it nicely, but it'll only be a single. Oh, nice work there by Adam, the footwork. And they get through for a single. Last ball. He bowls this, and it's an outswinger. It's actually a good delivery by James. The batsman played it across the line. He was a little bit lucky, but he got 2. End of the over. Anyway, we're still losing our voice here, but none for 12 for James. So all of a sudden a good over in terms of the way things went for the Stingrays on that occasion. Anyway, they need plenty more like that. Play ball. Adam Pearce, he'll be bowling to James. Gives it plenty of air, he smacks it, and Alice has taken the catch. So it was the right ball to hit, and he did hit it well. But he's picked out Alistair Laurie, who has a good pair of hands, took the catch, and Adam takes a wicket with his first ball, even though it was a bit of a full toss pie. It's a better ball, and they'll get through for a single. Only need 174 more to win, the Stingrays. And they've got 4 wickets in the shed. He bowls another full toss, and it's well struck, full toss, because the batsman charged down the wicket to make it into one. And he hit that for 5, so that was a nice shot by Jamie. Jamie Pickles. This is James Drummond, and he's facing Adam here, and he has a big swing, and that doesn't really work for him. Doesn't make contact, and there's no run. And that's last ball. Looks like the second game of netball's not too far away from starting. First games are completed. That's plenty of air. That's well bowled, and it's not very good batting, and it's reasonably good keeping, and it's the end of the over. So out stumped. And yeah, Stingrays would have been hoping for a bit of Christmas cheer from the Ants here tonight. Play ball. Any danger you might let us win one just before we get into Christmas. And I can tell you that any thoughts they had of that have been quickly dispelled with, because they are making sure that not only do they not win, but they're going to get hammered probably. 7 runs, Jamie. No, I don't know. I just gave it 7. Yeah, I didn't call, so I don't know why. 2. I'll have a look at it. Alistair. So he bowls, and Jamie hits it in the air, and possibly would have been out, that I reckon, run out if that hit the stumps. It didn't. It's 3. And Alistair comes in to bowl the next one. Leg side, so we'll re-bowl that, as you do. It wasn't a very good ball. He bowls this one, and James hits it for 3. And it's last ball, super ball. And he bowls, and Jamie hits that beautifully. Goes for 5. That won't be out. It's 10. And that'll be the end of the over. I don't think they'll be reviewing that, and they shouldn't. Oh, gee, I don't reckon that's too high. So just having a look at this again. I don't reckon that's too high. I'll let Jamie see that. He'll probably want to see that. I was questioning the 7, wanting a no ball, but I don't reckon it was above his shoulder. Frank and Nick going to bat, and probably Jared bowling. That'll be it, and we're ready. Right play ball. That's a nice shot, just wide of Adam, and Frank gets off the mark with a 5. Yeah. Jared bowls this, and it's a wide. No, he moved the foot, but he's not out. Hey, Jamie. It's all right. We'll just in the air, and they'll get it for 2. After this over, I'll just show you the no ball one, the high one. I don't reckon it was too high. I've got it up there. Oh, I don't call it for that. Yeah, it's got to be above shoulder. Yeah. And anyway, you got the ball? That's gone. And I'm just making sure he's got the ball there, and that's the only reason I delayed slightly. And once I realised he did, I am very confident that that's out. Yeah, no, it's all right. Keep playing. Yeah, no, they're not reviewing it. I'll check it at the end of the over. They just want me to double check that one, even though they're not reviewing it. End of the over. Anyway, so I'll do that if somebody requests that. They just want to say, would you mind having a look, Woz, when you get a moment? Even though I can certainly do that. They've made it clear that they weren't reviewing it. Right, play ball. Anyway, we'll come back to it. As Bailey's bowls this, and Frank gets an edge, and that'll be it's a tough chance to take, and you know, won't be getting stuck into the keeper too much there. Yeah, so it'll be out. Yeah, and that'll be 7. It's a nice shot by Frank off a very ordinary long hop from Bailey. Yeah. And they get through for 2 there. As Bailey bowls to Frank. And Frank, and that's another shit delivery, and it cops the treatment, which is what it deserved. So not only does he look ridiculous in that hat, but he's been hit for 2 7s in this over, and that's good. Last ball, Bailey bowls, and a no ball off the pitch to finish with, and that's the end of the over. Right, and we'll just check that run out. Hit the stumps there. There's, yeah, that's it there, so that's the bat. It's not even close. That doesn't matter, the throw came from someone over here. So he's still, as long as he takes the stump, doesn't matter if they're broken first. Well, I reckon the ball's touching the stumps right there. In the glove. No, I know that. Yeah. No, I reckon. Yeah. No, I reckon it was still out. Anyway, all good. Right, play ball. Right, next over. Chris Sell. And anyway, I want to get back to that shortish one that our mate Jamie Pickles hit for a 7 and wanted a no ball in a minute, because I had a very interesting thing that he said to me moments ago, and I thought, do not bother me with such frivolous appeals. Not even worth discussing. No. No, mate, it wasn't. It was nowhere near middle. Gee whiz. No. I actually wouldn't even let you review that if we were allowed to review LBs. But that's not even close. Anyway, Chris bowls to Frank and beats the bat, and it's not a wide, and it's no run. Yes, the high one that Jamie got, it was actually just under the shoulder, and I checked that, and I was about to show him, and he said he actually wanted me to call no ball for what he considered to be, what's the word for it, last ball, intimidatory bowling. And I thought, well, fair dinkum. He bowled one short one. So it's hardly intimidatory if you bowl one, and it wasn't even above the shoulder, so I couldn't call no ball, leg side. And that'll be the end of the over. So anyway, that rates up there as, something that surprised me. End of the over, swap ends. Yeah. I certainly aren't going to be calling bowlers for no ball, saying it's intimidatory, especially when it's one short ball that's not even high enough to call as a no ball. So I wouldn't even think about it. Play ball. Anyway, there you go. Just thought I'd share that. And that'll be Frank. I reckon you've got to bowl more than one, if you're going to describe somebody's bowling as intimidatory, it's going to take more than one delivery, no matter how bad it is, to sort of ping someone for that sort of rule. And I don't reckon I've ever pinged anyone for something like that. I can't think of any time in my lifetime where I've felt like, it's been so severe, the short pitch bowling, that it deserved to be penalised other than a no ball. I don't think I've taken runs off for it, or even warned a bowler for that in the past. It's not something that you see very often that anyone bowls an extreme number of short balls, not like maybe Test cricket from time to time. They do have limits in that, of course. That's 2 runs, last ball. But anyway, I guess if you had a really a bit of a nuffy batsman facing an express quality bowler, and he bowled 3 bounces in a row and hit him in the head, maybe I might say something then. But that really has never happened. That's the end of the over. It's not something that I've ever really come across. Right, this pair is doing a very good job. If you forget about the overall score that they need to win this game, this pair's got 50 runs off 4 overs, and that sort of snuck up on me a bit. They've done a bloody good job. Play ball. I think Frank's the one who's got most of them. I think he might have 38 out of that 50. As Adam comes in to bowl to Frank. And that beats the bat, and there's no run. And they're ahead of the skin at the moment, the Stingrays, so good luck to them. We'd love to see them pick up at least a point in this game if they can. And give them some encouragement leading into next year. He lets that go. And anyway, it's a third ball. And I don't really know why he let that go, but more or less went over the top of, maybe just outside leg stump in the end. But anyway, I think he could have played a shot at it. And he's, it's going to be out here, whichever way you look at it. And you can come back, Frank. You can come back, mate. So you haven't crossed there. That's a stumping on the third ball. Nick, you can go down the other end, son. Yeah, no, Nick thinks he's on strike, but that's not the case. And even though they're well up on the skin here, it's still not a definite thing for the Stingrays, but probably be nice for them if they could pick up a point here. What's going to happen here? Gee, I reckon that would have been gone. They get 2, last ball. So our mate Adam last ball of the 11th over. It's 6:54 p.m, so we are pretty much on time here. Not that it matters greatly. That's the end of the over. So not too much pressure tonight. Just the 3 games on the WACA. And, you know, Hopesy and Hinch will want to be well rested because they're the 3rd game playing for the dynamic duo. 2 against 6 against the Reapers. And despite the fact they'll be red-hot favourites to win again, it does take the stuffing out of them a bit. Play ball. Because it's a hot night as well. That might just make things a bit tougher for them. Yeah, hot night, and they have to come out here and bat for all 18 overs and then bowl and field for all 18 as well in the second innings. And there's only the 2 of them out here, so no other support in the field. Oh, here we go. I reckon it's just in. I'm going to go with no. Do you want to have a look or not? Yeah? Adam says yes, and this is close. So we took a long time to say no, and that's because we really thought about it. And I did consider this, so just so you know, I did consider giving this, and I decided at the end of the day that it was just too close for me to be sure. And so I gave the batsman the benefit of the doubt to the batsman. And I could, I'm going to be okay. Looks like it's in. I'll just double check one more camera for the sake of the exercise. But it looks like it's going to be in. And one there still hasn't hit there, and he's still in. Yeah, so not out. So we get it right, but it was, yeah, they say great call, but that time it was more of a benefit of the doubt job rather than sensational eyesight by my part. I always front up to those sort of situations when they occur. So I'm happy to take credit when the call's a genuine good one, and I'm also happy to cop flack when it's a shit call. In that instance, that's out bowled, by the way, last ball Super Ball. In that instance, although I got the call right by going no, as I said, it was more of a not being 100% sure as why I gave it not out, and as it turned out, the camera was kind to me. Last ball Super Ball. Why? Do you want it again? Because if you got the skin if you leave it. Do you want it again or not? They're going to go again here. So they're going to have it re-bowled, and if they get out, they'll lose the skin. So they won't want that to happen, and it won't, and that's the end of the over. And I wonder if Jamie Pickles thinks that's intimidatory bowling, because that one was short of a length and it hit Frank in the chest. Anyway, you can bowl the occasional short ball, I reckon, and again it wasn't above shoulder, so there's no penalty for the bowler there in that instance. Nathan and Tom, they will be batting next, and yep, you need under 100, so that's the upside. And and the other good news is that if you win the game, you'll win the skin, so that's also good, right? So I've given them plenty of encouragement, and gee, I'm going to have to umpire out of my skin here very poorly if their Stingrays are going to get up. And play ball, and I won't. That won't work anyway, probably, because Ants will just review it if I start making poor run-out decisions. Nathan, that's a nice shot to get off the mark, and he picks up 3. And well done to the Stingrays, 49 to 46 on the second skin, so great to see them pick up a point for that. So you've got a good crowd here at the moment, I notice, as well. That's hit him in the leg, that's not out. He played a shot, probably wasn't hitting something, and the throw hits the bowler. Looks like some of the netballers staying back for some drinks after their the first game of the night that they would have played on the MCG in Bay 13. So plenty of people here at the moment, which is great to see. And that's 1 run. You might see a few people staying back for drinks a bit this week, which will be good. And Jared bowls, and Id swinger, and Tommy played that quite nicely. I don't know that the leg side shot was necessarily the right way to go, but he hit it well. Maybe the cover drive, but anyway, 2 runs is 2 runs, and it's last ball coming up here, and he bowls, and Nathan just edges it, not out, just guides it wide of the keeper for 1. End of the over. So it wasn't really an edge, it was more of a guide. He was in control of the shot. They get 8 runs off the first over, and Jared's got 3 for 6, so he's done a pretty good job. See you next Tuesday. They all look like they're here, or I think they are all here. And they'll be playing Deadrock's team, play ball. And I don't reckon they are all here, and even when they are here, they're not all here anyway, if you know what I mean. It'll be 2. But anyway, we'll see what side they put on the park tonight. Looks like Lewis might be here. Chris Sell. And that throw wasn't too far away from hitting Nathan. He apologised. Chris Sell. That's a nice shot by Nathan. And Jared, it's no, too late, she cried. Yeah, it's definitely not out. And 2 runs. And that might have been a bit of an inside edge on that, but it doesn't matter. And there's one ball remaining. And it's rather hot and it's rather muggy, but we're all good as Bailey bowls this one. And Tommy, and that's the end of the over. Bit of a nothing shot that gave us a nothing result. All right, 3 for 10 for Bailey, so there's still going to be some decent stats here for the Ants. Some ordinary ones probably for the Stingrays, but at least the second pair made a few runs. It would have helped them along a bit. It'll be third ball coming up. Chris Sell's going to be bowling. It'll be right arm round the wicket. And yep, third ball. So play ball. They got it up to 79. And Chris bowls to Nathan. And it's a leg side and we make the call. The 80 comes up. Good to see these 2 blokes make a few runs, and if they could get it up somewhere near 110 or 120, it'll be a reasonable effort for the Stingrays. Look at that's off the leg, so not out, and straight off the leg. And it was a half-hearted appeal by maybe 1 or 2 fielders down the back half, but no one really serious about that one. And that's a good ball, so it's inside the line. It's relatively tight, but I reckon good. The second game of netball's just started on the MCG, and so he probably has the game down the back. Wide, that is a wide, last ball. And it might be a little bit, might have been going for a little while actually. Yeah, they're actually in the third quarter there, so well, there you go. Yeah, so just started after half time, or end of the over. So I reckon the end of the over, so I reckon it must have just been after half time. What does it say? Yeah, well, it's still 6 minutes in the third quarter. Anyway, James, he'll be the next bowler, James Connolly. Play ball, and he's bowling to Nathan. And it would have been a wide, he hit it, and that was well fielded by Bailey, and that would have been out if he hit the stumps. He missed. 21 runs on the board for this partnership so far, 3.1 overs in. Lewis goes outside with his phone. That's the leg side, so we pay that. James Connolly bowls to Tom Brown, and Tom hits it nowhere. And Chris Sell does the fielding. I was looking for that somewhere on the leg side, and it just landed in front of him. Probably couldn't play that shot again if he tried. As Lewis comes back inside. James, he smacks that, and he got a hands to that, but that didn't work. And it actually went through for 7. So a nice shot by Nathan. We're up to 96, last ball. Anthony Campbell walks in the door, so we know what the next game's going to be fantastic fun to umpire again. And he smacks that. Gee, that's shit bowling, but it's good batting. And that's the end of the over. So 2 7s in a row, and James Connolly's got none for 48, and that's almost half the runs scored. So it's a little bit under half, but none for 48. What did he make with the bat? Gee, I hope he made a few. I think he did make a few. Oh, no, he didn't. He got -9. There you go. So he made nothing. play ball. So it must have been the other batsman that made all the runs in that partnership. I didn't think that was the case, actually. That's a good ball. It's nothing. Let's just make sure that we got that right, because I didn't think someone's doing their shoelace up. That helps me. No, I don't think. No, I got -9 with somebody else. That was the Stingrays. Okay, he bowls. Julian Gangemi's just walked in the door as well. Good bowling, and no run. So it'll be third ball. Yeah, James got 23 with the bat, that's right. Yeah, I reckon that's just out. You might want to check. No, he's not going to. It was on the third ball. They had to run, so he did the right thing, but out is out. Yeah, so James got 23 with the bat, but which was good. But none for 48 is not so good. Adam bowls. Nathan, and that one just skids through and keeps a bit low, and so therefore batsman doesn't make contact. Last ball. I wonder what Julian had for dinner. I'm sure as hell going to ask me what I had for mine. And that'll be, well, he's ended up stumping him, but he didn't take it on the first grab. But it still works for him. End of the over. And Adam Pearce, in complete contrast to James Connolly, has 5 for -17. Play ball. This is Alistair Laurie bowling to Thomas Brown. And Alistair decides I'll take the hat off to bowl. And now he comes back and there's another crack at it. Here he goes. He bowls to Tommy. And Thomas playing a miss. It's been a reasonable partnership, 28 runs. They'll be looking to finish well. They won't be getting the skin or the win. But it's been a reasonable batting partnership by these two. That's a good ball, so it's not a wide. And it's third ball. Is that Cruz is here? Is it Cruz? I think it is. Yeah, Cruz, Lewis, Julian. They're all here. Anthony Campbell. Star-studded lineup. And he hits it straight, and that'll probably be out, but it won't be. So they probably should have got a wicket there, but they weren't up to it. And there's 2 balls remaining in the game if there's no more wides or no balls. And Alistair bowls to Nathan, and Nathan, oh geez, played right over the top of it. It was a good ball actually. Full and straight, and he ended up playing it one-handed, so I reckon the bat might have just slipped out of his hand slightly. But nevertheless, a wicket for the Ants. Last ball, super ball. And he comes in the bowl, and it's a good ball. It's in the air, and he takes a very good catch. And that'll make his figures look pretty good because he's got -15 off the last 3. And he actually saves face because now he's got 4 for 15. Anyway, that's the end of the over, end of the game. If I could have the ball, please, I would appreciate it. And, yeah, we're a third of the way through the night was. So, you know, happy days. Rightio. Well, I'm ready. It's 7:14 p.m. and looks like the See You Next Tuesday team were happy enough to field first because Dead Rock are still getting their team together. They haven't all arrived. I don't know if they're going to ask Hopesy to fill in or something here, but I can tell you now he won't be wanting to, because if he wants to save his energy for the big event tonight, and I reckon it'll be about an 8:20 start or thereabouts for that game. The dynamic duo versus Reaper Babies. So please stay tuned for that game. Hopefully we'll get plenty of viewers for that. We've been talking it up a lot over the last 2 nights, and looking forward to that game immensely. Yep. They're fantastic games to be involved in. Good for the crowd when they watch, and good for the players involved, and I also get a lot out of it myself, so looking forward to it. Right, play ball. So Chris Fry's opening the bowling. Cruz is batting with Lewis. Leg side. Yep, just ran into Julian Gangemi as Dead Rock walks through the door. And yes, Julian, like clockwork, just asked me what I had for dinner. And I answered him, as I often do, always do. Yeah, just the 3 sausages and small yogurt, actually. That's what I had, a bit of an interesting combo, but that's what I had. That would have been out, I reckon, that tap from Stewie. They get 3. Anyway, that's my dinner for tonight, and that'll be pretty much all we have. Maybe a cup of tea and a couple of ginger nuts at the end of the night when I get home, if I feel like it. But we don't eat much past dinner time these days, and we haven't done for quite some time. Last ball, Chris bowls, and Cruz, I should say, absolutely hammered it. Drop catch goes for 3. End of the over. Anyway, don't always see Cruz tee off so early there, but he did actually hit that quite well. Might have just caught the fielder by a bit of surprise, I reckon. Phil Capper. Play ball. So he's bowling to Cruz. And short of a length, it's there to hit. He should be run out here. Looks like they're going to stuff it up though, and they have. So the throw eventually comes in, but they get 4 runs. And they really should have been able to run them out there. There was 3 of them down there, and that was not enough to work with, apparently. Lewis. Oh, that's a nothing shot, it really is. Swing and a miss. Yeah, that wasn't... Yeah, swung about 5 minutes too early, you just said. Anyway, this time, full toss. Oh, gee, he's going to get away with that, and that's ordinary batting on a good day by Lewis. Early signs for him, not as good as they are for Cruz. Phil bowls. Cruz hits it straight. Well done by Phil. That was excellent fielding off his own bowling, and that would have been out if he'd hit the stumps. Lewis was just short of his ground. Last ball. Yeah, very well done by Phil. He bowls again. Cruz hits it well, and he gets hands to that. I reckon it's 7, and that's what I'll be paying. End of the over. Well, everyone down the back said it was 7, so I don't know. Wow. I thought it was a 7, and I had about half a dozen blokes down there all calling the same thing. So Mike's suggesting maybe it was a 5, but I'm not going to check it. Play ball, left arm round. We don't review things like that. And it probably would be difficult to tell on a replay anyway. Full length of the court, we'd have to probably use the full length camera to have any chance. That's gone for 7. That one is definite. Stewie bowls this to Lewis, and that's a nice shot by Lewis this time. And he picks up 2. Now, Lewis has only scored 5 runs so far, which means Cruz has got 26. And Stewie's bowling left arm around the wicket to Cruz. And Cruz hits it straight, and they don't run, which is the right call. Hinchy's here. Our mate Hinchy. He'll be playing in the next game with Hopesy. It'll be a dynamic duo. And that'll be 7 runs. That's a really nice shot by Cruz, and he made it look so easy. So last ball, and he just continues on his merry way. As Stewie comes into bowl to Lewis, hits it straight, and there's no run, end of the over. So fair to say, with 38 runs on after the first 3 overs, Cruz has got 33, and Lewis hasn't really been worth a pinch of pelican poo. He's only got 5, and he struggled to get that 5. Play ball. This is Mike Hancock, and he bowls to Cruz, and Cruz plays it nicely, and they get through for 2. Lewis won't like the fact that he's been overshadowed massively here by his batting partner. Can he do something to score some runs himself? And gee whiz, he's lucky there. He could have easily have been caught. So he's continuing to struggle, even though the team is in pretty good shape. 42 runs in the 4th over. Mike bowls to Cruz, short. And Cruz says thank you very much, and plays that beautifully again. Side net, back net for 4. A few shakes of the head down there at the back, but it was always going to be a tough one to catch or run them out on. Mike bowls, and Lewis a swing and a miss outside off stump, not a wide. And again, nothing to flash there by Lewis. He wants the wide, but it's not coming. Last ball. Yeah, $5 you reckon? Oh. Yeah, no, I don't reckon it was. No ball. He was in his crease. It was too high. I saw it, and I called it. No ball plus 3. And that's the end of the over. And 52 runs and 44 to Cruz. Andrew. A new player here for see you next Tuesday. Yeah, not in the system, but he is now. Play ball. So don't know him from a bar of soap. Let's see what he can offer. And a reasonable action, but he gets hit for 7 straight away from Cruz. So Cruz didn't need a sighter from the new batsman. He's seeing it so well that he was just able to hit him over mid-on for 7 runs. And that's not a good ball. Leg side and a no ball. Chance of a run out, he would have been gone. And the ants down the back there were hoping that was going to hit the stumps, because they want to see Lewis get out, and who doesn't want to see that? I want to see that too. He bowls, and Cruz again, and should be out this time, cross back. So finally Cruz mishits one, and the first time he's been out, and it's actually the first wicket of the game. Cruz, oh geez, hit that back at the bowler. He almost held on to the catch. It was a good effort, and there's no run. Just checking that, but yeah, no, that was the first wicket. And there's 1 ball remaining in the 5th over. And he comes in to bowl now, does Andrew. Bowls to Cruz, and Cruz hits it nicely for 3. And that'll be the end of the over. So 60 runs on the board, and 49 have come from Cruz. Like Hinchy's changed his shirt, and he might have come from maybe outdoor cricket training, and on a hot day, and then now he's got to play a 2-on-6 game coming up. Play ball. This is Luke Price, and he bowls to Cruz, and gee whiz, he's hit that beautifully as well, and that gives the fielders at the back no opportunity whatsoever, and he just helps himself to 7 more. An easy game, indoor cricket. Just ask Cruz. Leg side, and not out, and we'll re-bowl the wide. Yeah. Certainly Cruz makes batting look pretty easy. Luke, inside the line, look where you're standing. So he's giving himself a shitload of room there. And it's probably going to feel like a wide to the batsman, but that's not what it was, and we don't call it. Weak bowls. That's a wide, I'll give you that one. He could be run out here, but he misses, and then he's struggling to get down the other end, but he makes it. They want to re-bowl again, and Lewis actually hasn't got out in this game, but he hasn't looked too good in this innings, I've got to say. He's probably not trying all that hard, to be fair, but he hasn't really given us much. Oh, that's out. That's a good piece of bowling. I tell you what, if you get through Cruz's defences at the moment and you get him out bowled, means you bowled a pretty decent delivery because he's basically smoked them everywhere, but he has got out a couple of times. Luke bowls to Cruz again, and in the air, he might get away with that one. He does. They get 2, and it's last ball, super ball. So last chance saloon here on this partnership to get a wicket for the see you next Tuesday, boys. And gee whiz, Lewis actually hits one really well, and I reckon he's gone. And he might want to check this. I just want to see, but I'm paying it, and I'm just keeping an eye on him. And is that a review? No? No, he says no. He jokingly was going to review it, and then he realised not worth it. So that'll fix things up nicely. 59 runs, so they keep under 65. So I've done management of service, and Lewis only got out once, but it counts as 2 because it was Super Ball, and he got 6 runs out of 59. So yes, I reckon that was around about justice, really. I reckon that was pretty much the difference between the 2 batters in overall play. Basically, 9 times the runs Lewis, Cruz got 9 times the amount that Lewis got, and that was about right. Right, new pair, Deadrock. Another batsman who makes batting look easy. Play ball, and Anthony Campbell. No ball, full toss, and that'll be a no ball plus 4, and that gets Deadrock off to a nice start, and Anthony Campbell will be on strike. AC, here he is, he's on strike to Chris Fry, and he hits it straight and says no, and that'll be the right call. So a dot ball there for Anthony. Give him a chance. Let's move Phil up a bit closer. Chris bowls. Anthony hits it well. Well fielded by the new player, Andrew. And the underarm left-handed throw, I reckon, would have had him in all sorts of trouble if he'd hit the stumps. Anyway, good work. As Chris comes in the bowl to Deadrock. Deadrock hits it straight, and there's Mike Hancock. The throw comes this end, and that'll be gone because Anthony Campbell's not a very quick runner between wickets, and it was. I'm not sure. Last ball. Anthony says, "Am I sure?" He's trying to get a heads up there as to whether he should have reviewed it. And so I just said, "No, I'm not sure." End of the over. Anyway, now that we've got on to the next delivery, I can tell you that I was sure. And I don't reckon it was all that close, actually. And Anthony was obviously thinking about reviewing it. And rather than doing that, he just wanted to ask me for some advice, more or less, to say, well, what did you think was? Do you reckon I was out or not? Anyway, we'll have a look for fun. But it wasn't all that close, I don't reckon. And there's some treatment being done to someone's finger there, I reckon. So this gives me a chance to look at how close that run out was with Anthony. So here we go, I'm bringing it up now. And yeah, Luke takes the ball about now, hits the stumps there. And it's, what is it, 1, 2, 3. Well, it's the best part of 4 frames, so I don't reckon that's considered to be all that close. If I had given that in, it would have been considered a howler of a call. So anyway, that's what it was. Play ball. Oh, we got it right. Play. So Phil Capper. Oh, he's still sorting out a band-aid on his finger there, I think. Right, we're good to go. And Deadrock smacks it, and it goes for 5. Phil Capper bowling to Anthony Campbell, and full toss, and he hits it nicely, and it's not out, I don't reckon. Well fielded direct hit, but I reckon it's 2. A little bit interested in the Big Bash game. I see it seems as though it's still going, and no, I reckon that's 7. No review. Yeah, I haven't had any bets on the Big Bash so far. I've just gone in the competition with the the tipping through the West Australian, same as the AFL. And got the first 2 games right, where the tips, I went for the Sydney Thunder tonight, looking for 3 out of 3, and I don't know whether they're going to win or not. It looked like it was a fairly even situation at the change of the games here, when I had a quick look at the score. But no punting on it yet. 7 runs end of the over. I probably will have a few little bets along the way, probably during the Christmas break when some of the Big Bash games are on. But at this stage, we haven't had any bets. We're just tipping and trying to get off to a good start there. Right, play ball. This is Stu Gaffney. And he's bowling to Deadrock. He's made all 25 runs in this partnership. And he smacks that. Gee, that's a good shot. And he just leant back on the back foot, hit it over mid-off all the way for 7. And that is also class batting, like Cruz did. So both those guys are class batsmen, no doubt about it. They're both showing us tonight how good they can be. So, was it 1? I think it was off the foot. Anyway, this is Stu Gaffney bowling to Deadrock. It's another really good shot, although it's in the air and it's caught. So he hit it well. It looked like being 7, but the fielder down there, Mike Hancock, did actually a very good job to take the catch. Anyways, bowling to Anthony Campbell. That's all right. And a chance of a run out here, and would have been gone, but they get 1. Last ball. And Stu Gaffney bowling the last ball of the 9th over. Out of your crease. Over. So not a good ball, but it was out of his crease, and no ball, obviously. Deadrock team, 88 runs after 9 overs. Are in good shape. Mike Hancock, the bowler, coming up. Play ball. So he'll be bowling to Anthony Campbell. And in the air, and it lands safely. And gee whiz, the running between wickets, he possibly would have been gone then if that ball hit the stumps. It would have been tight. Certainly leaning that way as Mike bowls this one. Outswinger, gee, that's beautifully played again by Deadrock. And he's all over it. So tell you what, Cruz and Deadrock are both showing us tonight just how good they are with the bat. And it's actually good to watch. I'm certainly somebody who does appreciate good cricket, no matter who's playing it. He bowls and beats the bat this time, and that's the end of the over. No, it's not, sorry. 1 to come. Sorry, I won't give you out. There's 1 to come. I got a bit excited, as you do. I've got a very exciting job. No ball, front foot, and that'll be the end of the over. So front foot Noe, which I call front foot, and no ball +4. And he throws his arms up in the air as if to say, "What, me?" It's amazing when I do call a front foot Noe, how the bowler often doesn't think that it is. I certainly aren't going to call them when they're not. I might miss the odd one, but I certainly aren't calling them, unless they are wide. Oh, no ball, play ball, Andrew. Deadrock, and no, that won't be out. He gets through for his 2. They put the bars back on. And Andrew's about to bowl to Anthony Campbell. And Anthony just guides it wide of the keeper. He was in full control of the shot and he got 1. Yeah, he hit it to where first slip would be, but there isn't one. This is Andrew coming in to bowl to Deadrock. And a full toss, but not a high one. Ricochets off his foot and goes for 3. They're on 111. High Sherples here, and might be playing in the next game. Reaper Babies versus the dynamic duo. There's 1 run for Anthony Campbell, Last ball. And he bowls short, and he hits it straight to Mike, who drops the catch, and he hits the stumps, but he's in, and that's the end of the over. Another partnership dominated by the one batsman. It was all about Cruz against Lewis, and it's all about Deadrock versus Anthony Campbell. This is Luke Price, and Anthony actually hasn't batted badly. He got run out once. It's just that he hasn't scored the runs as easily as what Deadrock has. That's in the air, and not out. They get one. 114. So, and he bowls, and Anthony plays it nicely on the leg side. So no, I don't reckon. Up to you. No, they decide not to. And to be fair on that one, the bail didn't come off immediately, and I'm very confident the bail came off after they'd made their ground. As to whether there was impact prior to that, it was actually a possibility. So anyway, I might even have a look if I get a chance. And I gave it not out, and they chose not to review it. And we'll see if we can tell. I'll give you an honest answer. He comes in the bowl, and wide, so it's on the line at best, and it'll be re-bowled, so they get a, yeah, wide +1 with a re-bowl. It's a wide, I mean, you know, I don't know why Mike, play. And comes in the bowl to Deadrock, and Deadrock hits it well, but well caught down the back there by Mike Hancock. And I actually thought you crossed, but I don't care, really. No, he did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, the other guy did. All right, last ball, Super Ball. All right, so he comes in the bowl, smacks it, drop catch, and they get 2. End of the over. Right, so they're 119 the score and the 60-run partnership. And I've just checked that run out close one at the keeper's end that I said was, you know, they didn't review, and it was in. So it was in by a couple of frames, even on impact. So we didn't rob anyone. Oh, you're going to play now? 2 games in a row? Eh? Yeah. Okay. Oh, you didn't know that you're playing, okay, right. Right, okay, so Hinchy's playing now, batting with Julian, and he's got to play the next game dynamic duo, so he's going to have he's going to be absolutely stuffed by the end of the night. Play ball. Leg side. Did you go to cricket training as well? Yeah. So he's been to cricket training, outdoor cricket training, Hinchy. He's now playing in this game, and he's going to play in the next game 2-on-6 dynamic duo versus the Reapers. So I'm telling you now that at the end of that second game, the next game, he's going to be well and truly stuffed. That's gone for 4. And, this is Chris Fry bowling. Oh, he probably should have gone this end, Phil. 2 runs. Anyway, I don't reckon you'll find Hinchy will be exerting any more energy in this game than he needs to. He'll be looking to conserve it. And he hits that for 7. It's a nice shot, and that's the end of the over. Yep, so good batting. 15 runs off the first over of the partnership, and 13 of those came from Hinchy. And it looks like our mate Phil Capper is bowling again. Play ball. So he comes in the bowl to Hinchy, and he hits it well, and side net, back net, wide of the fielder for 4. Julian the Sri Lanka. G'day, Jules. And he's on strike. And Phil bowls to him. And full toss, but not a high one. And probably is a run there in the end. And they get 2. 2 runs to Jules. And he'll be so excited. Very excitable player is Julian. And he hit that well, but they won't run. No. Not caught, not run out. Yeah. Anyway, Phil Capper's bowling again here to Clint Hinchcliffe. Hits it in the air, it lands safely. They'll get 4. Last ball, good workout for Hinchy today. The outdoor cricket training this game, the next game. Yeah, he's a fit individual, he'll need to be. That's a wide, Jules, and that's the end of the over. Yeah, we help you out. And that's the end of that over. Hey, who won the cricket in the end? The Thunder got up? I didn't have a bet, but I've tipped all 3 winners so far in the tipping competition. Right, beautiful. Play ball. There you go, just found out the Sydney Thunder won that Big Bash game, and as I said, I haven't made any money, that's all good. But I have actually tipped the 3 winners so far for the 3 games that have been on, and as good as that is, I won't celebrate too hard because I bet you I'm not the only person in the competition to have got 3 out of 3. But anyway, it's a good start nevertheless. That's a nice shot for 7. I don't even know what the prize is actually in the cricket. I know the AFL one. Didn't do too well in that competition earlier in the year, I can tell you. My tipping was as poor as you could have imagined, really. We took a few chances early on and they didn't pay off, and it just got worse from there. But anyway, the cricket, we've got the first 3 games right, so that's good news. Julian off his leg. And 3rd ball. The crowd down the back there, the ants are going nuts for LBW there, as they tend to do, even when they're not playing. Stewie. Jules off his other leg, and he'll get 1. Anyway, that's the end of the over, and another partnership brewing here where it's going to be dominated by one of the batsmen. Yeah, I know. Yeah, good. Yeah, 3 out of 3 for me. That's good. Yep, play ball, Mike Hancock. Yep, so play. So he bowls to Julian Ganjemi. Good ball. No. And anyway, good ball there by Mike, and he would have gone 8 if I had have called that. But that's not why I didn't call it, it was just because it was in. Nice shot by Julian, but he could be run out. No, he's okay. They get back, he gets back, which is rather fortunate for him. And it'll be 3rd ball coming up. 3rd ball. And he comes in to bowl to Julian Ganjemi, and it's right over the top of middle and off. And that's the end of the over. Sorry, middle and leg. Sorry, 1 run, I mean, it's not the end of the over. Yeah, over the top of middle and leg stump, that one. And he was rather fortunate that the ball missed the stumps. Mike bowls to Hinchy. Hinchy hits it, and Julian says no, and I don't think Hinchy was looking to run there anyway. Probably looked to run here though. Last ball of the over, last ball. So I think he'll be looking for the big shot and a run. Oh geez, smacked that back at the bowler. And anyway, he's all right. That's the end of the over. That's the main thing. And Hinchy just sort of puts his hand up as if to say, I'm sorry I hit the ball so hard back at you. And anyway, you can't blame the batsman for wanting to hit the ball hard. And it ricocheted off the bowler, went for 3. Here's the new player, Andrew. Play ball. So let's see how he goes here. He bowls a no ball off the pitch, so not particularly good. But if he gives Hinchy anything in his range here, he'll be looking to hit it for 7. So maybe a no ball isn't the worst option at the moment. He bowls, and he's actually misfielded down the back there. It wasn't particularly inspiring stuff. And Hinchy helps himself to 5 more. And see you next Tuesday. They've got some stick in this innings. nicely played by Jules, but he gets nothing for it. There's only been 3 batsmen that have really taken toll, and it's been Cruz, it's been Deadrock, and it's been Hinchy. And a huge percentage of the runs scored have come from those 3 blokes. And that's a wide, so we call that, and Jules will be happy. Yeah, you'll take that, that's right. Last ball. Julian Ganjemi. He loves life down here at Seamers, does Jules. And so do I, for that matter. There's at least 2 of us. That's a good ball. And that's the end of the over. And I'm sure we're not alone. I reckon heaps of people love being down here. You've only got to look at the number of teams we've got across the week and the number of people that come down and watch as well. So it is the place to be. Luke Price, play ball. So he'll be bowling to Hinchy. And Hinchy hits it in the air, and it's probably 6, but it doesn't matter. Oh, gee whiz. And now he toys with the idea of running. And anyway, Hinchy hit that for 6 and didn't bother running. Probably just a 6, but it doesn't really matter, because as I said, they didn't run. Third ball. So they're going to have to run here, probably, unless it's a wide or a no, which it's not. He hits it straight, ricochets off the bowler's foot, and goes for 3. Yeah, 170 runs at the moment, so good luck to see you next Tuesday chasing this mammoth total. Gareth Davies walks in the door from Reapit Babies. There's Phil. And Hinchy, yep, just conserving his energy as best he can, because he's got another big game to play after this, and he's been to cricket training and so forth. And he'll be a tired individual by the time we get through the end of the night. That's a good ball, so that's all right. Anyway, last ball, third ball, super ball. So they'll be looking to run here. And Luke Price, Jules at 14 for the 65 partnership. He won't be hitting Luke for 14. They get 2, end of the over. Can I grab the ball, please, Phil? And anyway, we're halfway through the night again, and 53 runs was the partnership, dominated by Hinchy. Thanks, Chris. Yep, and there you go. Might not get too many more opportunities to go around the grounds for the netball, so I might take the opportunity now. MCG, got a good game happening there. The Titans lead Tits and Bits 21-16. 2 minutes left in the third quarter, so just the 5 goals the difference. So that's a pretty close game that can still go either way. And Bay 13, what have we got? Gee whiz, that won't be a close game. SMH 34, D-Max 10. You can make that 35-10. 2 minutes and a bit in the third quarter there. So, yeah, that is a bit of a hiding there, that one-sided game. But, I mean, we get lots of close games in the netball. We get lots of close games in the cricket. But that won't be one there, and I don't think we'll get a close game here either, more than likely. Although the bowling lineup is probably a bit short on for the Deadrock team, because you've got Julian and Anthony Campbell, Deadrock and Lewis. So all of those blokes potentially can, cop a bit of flack and go to the back net a bit. And even Cruz is maybe to a lesser extent in that category. I reckon he's probably the pick of the 5 of them. And obviously Hinchy, well, probably won't hit in too many times, but I don't think he'll be putting his heart and soul into this innings, because he's got bigger fish to fry. What's the bet? I don't want to know about that. Hopefully you'll do better than that. Okay. Lewis wants to bet me that he can go for 72 runs off his 3 overs if he bowls off 3 steps every ball. I'm not going to entertain that. I love a bet. I'm not taking that one. Right, Mike Hancock's batting with Andrew. Play ball, Anthony Campbell. He must be a star because he's opening the bowling. Leg side, so anyone that opens the bowling must be good, mustn't they? Anthony Campbell. Yeah, there could be, this game could be closer than I first thought when I think about it. Yeah, that's going to go for 7. That's gold. So there you go. So apart from Hinchy, they've got 5 other bowlers that are all very capable of being hit to the back net, and that was only the second ball of the innings. We've already seen one. No ball from Anthony Campbell. That's extremely good tactics. And you can see he gets a round of applause from Bailey Britton down the back there. He knows that that's good tactics. Anyway, they're going to take the piss out of Anthony down there, which is great because it just means it adds to whatever fuel I'm going to add to the fire. That's a dot ball. Last ball. Yeah. Yes, I have. Yeah, I've been around the grounds, Jules. I did it a moment ago. Last ball. This is Anthony Campbell. He bowls. And the new batsman treats him with respect, and they get 1. That's the end of the over. So 12 runs coming from that. I did it about 5 minutes ago. Yeah. Yes, but maybe it could be closer than I first thought. Could be a closer game than I first thought, Jules. Play ball. Cruz. And Cruz bowls. And the batsman gets an outside edge, and then Sophie Anthony's there. 1 run. Cruz to Mike Hancock. And good ball, he lets it go, but that won't help him. Not in this game, there hasn't been good night nurse. Cruz, full toss, he whacks it all away. Hinchy, that'll be gone. So Hinchy will do what he needs to do. Oh, he's reviewing this, and that's going to be a tragedy for the batting team because this is actually not very close at all. So anyone want to bet on this, name your price. I'll give you 100 to 1. I'll give you 100 to 1 odds here. You have $1 on, I'll give you 100 if I'm wrong. And this is 100% totally categorically gone, and it won't even be that close. And there it is, he's already hit him. And if he rolled it forward, we're talking 4 frames. So that'll be gone. And we knew it was. And I don't know why the batsman decided to review that, but that's one of them pissed away. Right, play ball. Yeah, it was out, yeah. Cruz just checking, but yeah, he would have known. That's a very nice shot there by Andrew. Anthony Campbell's there, they get 2. Last ball. Cruz bowling to Mike Hancock, and nicely played. And Anthony Campbell's there, and he's reasonably good fielding, and that's the end of the over. So that's a maiden over, 1 for none. Both batters have 6, and Lewis more or less admitting that he's going to bowl absolute trash before we even start here. But even if he tries his guts out, he still won't bowl well. Play ball. Here's Lewis. And he bowls and just throws it up there and says, hit me. And the batsman actually shows some compassion by just hitting it for 2. I don't want to show too much compassion. They're chasing 172. He bowls to Andrew, hits it in the air, and he's going to get a wicket from that. No, Lewis, there's Cruz deliberately dropping it. That's the way I'm seeing that one. It's piss poor fielding, but he actually deliberately dropped that in my view. That'll be 7. Oh, it would have been out. Hinchy was there, but they get 7. As Lewis comes in to bowl another pie, and it is a pie, but it'll be a wicket. There you go. So Hinchy takes the catch. Lewis picks up a wicket by accident, and it's last ball. As Lewis comes in to bowl off this 1 step, and there's Cruz who won't try very hard there. And they get 2. That's the end of the over. And that might have just hit him in the Jats crackers, but he'll be all right. Yeah. What did Lewis get there? 1 for 8. Yeah. Anyway, Anthony Campbell's going to come and fill down the leg side here. And Julian Gangemi's going to be bowling. Play ball. So Anthony probably shouldn't be in the play in this over much, if at all. Because Julian's unlikely to bowl the ball, or the batsman's unlikely to play a pull shot in Anthony's direction, I would have thought. Here's Julian, and Mike will be looking to hit this for 7, and that's exactly what he does. Hinchy was there, and it's going to be all about Hinchy down the back there. It's going to have to be. No one else is going to do much. As over the wicket he comes, and he bowls, and this ball's there to hit 2. But he doesn't hit it very well. Lewis takes the catch. Julian picks up a wicket, And the crowd, the ants particularly down the back there, that are just watching around the wicket, they were absolutely thrilled to bits and very excited to see Julian pick up his first wicket of the night. And it is exciting to see Julian do well. This is there to be hit though. He doesn't hit it well. Oh, that probably would have been gone. He missed. And Hinchy involved in the play a lot down the back there so far in this innings. He'll be involved a fair bit in the next game too, because he'll be down the back on his own after he's bowled the ball most of the time, if not all the time. Only the two players in the field they'll have. That's the end of the over, and that'll be the dynamic duo. Anyway, we're building up to that game. We've had a great night down here so far, but that'll be the highlight. Don't worry about that. Hinchy's going to bowl. Play ball. And let's see how the batsmen handle this. Full toss, and he gets the court and bowled, so good reflexes there by Hinchy because it was smacked at him. He took the catch easily, wide, and the wrong one that just goes a little bit too far, and a couple of runs there for Mike as he bowls this one, and over the top of middle stump, so fair to say that the batsman had not a clue on that occasion. As Hinchy bowls to Mike, and he beats the bat, so he didn't have much of a clue there either. So that'll be out. And it's last ball, and Hinchy, who's probably not putting in 100%, he's probably put around about 70%. I reckon he's still good. What's the matter? Why? Why would you switch? Yeah, I know. So why? You don't, no, you're still here. So the non-striker there suggesting that they should swap because he got stumped. Well, that's a new one on me. No, you don't need to swap ends there. It wasn't the last ball of the over. That's the end of the over. Now you may swap. And well, even if it was third ball, which it wasn't, it still doesn't mean you swap. I don't know what they're on about there. But he got stumped off the fourth ball of the over. It wasn't third ball, not that that would matter. And for some reason the non-striker said, can I come down this end? No, you can't. Play ball. Right, some questions never cease to amaze me. Deadrock, he bowls, and it's over the head. Well, Anthony probably got a hand on it, and not unusual for him to have a hand on it probably, but anyway, he dropped it. Oh, did you? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, that'll be two. Anthony said he tried to flick it up. So rather than catch it himself, he was trying to flick it onto somebody else to take the catch. And so in other words, he's saying, I didn't miss the catch. It was intentional to flick the ball on. And I'm not buying that either. This will be 3 unless they run him out, and it would have been tied. 3 runs. And Anthony's got an answer for everything as well. Deadrock bowling to Andrew. Short ball, and he plays it nicely for an easy 2. Last ball. Deadrock comes in the bowl, and he lets it go, and that's the end of the over. So that's the end of that. He's got none for 10, which is probably not all that bad. And the first pair got 28, so they did a decent job, but it probably need a bit more from each pair than that. And this is Phil Capper and Luke Bryce batting, which will and that'll leave us with Stu Gaffney at the end, I reckon, with Chris Fry. So we'll put them in. And we're ready to go. Play ball, Anthony Campbell. None for 12 off his first over. And he bowls this one. And a bit of outswing for him. And anyway, dot ball. Yeah, Anthony. Bowls to Luke. Short ball. He actually hits it reasonably well. He could have pretty much hit that anywhere, but it's early stages for this pair. So probably not a bad over for Anthony to be bowling, the first over of the partnership, just before the batters get their eyes in. That's a full toss that Phil hits on the offside. I think he was trying to hit the leg side, and he got 2. see what happens here. Let's see what Luke, what his plan is as Anthony bowls. And he hits it on the leg side, and Deadrock's there, and that would have been gone. It missed the stumps, and they got 2. Last ball. He's been fairly economical so far, Anthony. He went for a 7 off his second delivery in the first over. Outside of that, he's been very economical. He bowls this ball. Phil unloads, hits it for 7, and it's a tragedy because Phil's been run out, and that's the end of the over. And Anthony celebrates as if to say, that was my plan all along. The bowl, the rubbish delivery to get hit for 7 so Hinchy could mop it up and get the wicket for me. Sensational tactics again, no doubt. Cruz, he'll be bowling next. Play ball, so he's bowling to Phil Capper. And no ball off the pitch, so that's what that is. And there's still plenty of noise down the back there. And I hope they hang around for the next game because we want a good atmosphere for the next game as well. Cruz, and that's in the air, and they'll pick up 3. Lewis is, I don't know, trying to imitate a fieldsman there, running after the ball, but not really looking to field the ball really. He was just being silly, I reckon. Anyway, that beats the bat. Not unlike him to be silly, as good a bloke as he is. And this is Cruz bowling to Luke Price. And he hits it beautifully. Hinchy's there though. They get 4. Last ball, it was a very nice shot there by Luke. And we compliment him on that shot, as you should. Cruz to Phil. And off the body, they'll get a run. And that's the end of the over. So what 10 runs came from that. Cruz has got 1 for 10. This pair has 11 after 2 overs. Yes. Well, I think the dynamic duo might win play ball. It could be close. Leg side. It could be close because it's a hot night, and Hinchy's had cricket training and he's playing this game, and he's got to play front up and be out here for all 36 overs in the next game, as does Hoaxie. That'll be gone, and they make a certainty of it, or Hinchy does. There's Sheree walking past us, ex-employee, still plays netball down here. And what's his name? It's Julian Gangemi, and he fielded it cleanly, and they only got a run. So that's nice work there by Jules as Lewis bowls, and Phil hits it on the leg side, and I reckon Cruz just letting that go for 3 because it's off Lewis's bowling. Last ball, yeah. They really like to look out for each other in the field particularly. And that's the end of the over. So 12 runs is the partnership, 2 for 9 for Lewis, and he reckoned he was going to go for 72. Can you believe he got 2 for 9? The 70's still on the cards, you reckon? It won't be. Julian the Shillonga. Yeah, we'll put him in, and here we go. Play ball. No, it's actually Hinchy. And that's a good ball. And I don't know what Julian is doing fielding at the back there, but he won't be any value at all, I don't think, fielding where he is. Third ball. So I don't really know the point of putting him down there when Hinchy's bowling. But I mean, even if they whack it at him, he's not going to do anything much. Hinchy bowls this, and well driven. And that's actually a very nice shot, good footwork. He got to the pitch of the ball and hit a beautiful shot for 5. Hinchy bowls this one. It's a short ball. It's there to whack, and just like we thought. So, you sure? All right. Even the bowling team say 7. Wasn't overly convinced, but if they all say it, we'll go with it. And that's 2 runs, end of the over. And case in point, I just mentioned that I didn't know what Julian was going to do down there if they did whack it at him, and that was fair comment because it went through him for 7 runs when they smacked one. Anyway, that was 15 runs off the over. Play ball. That was Hinchy that bowled it. That's not a misprint. That'll be 2 runs to Luke. Julian the Shillonga. We've put his name in the system. You can see it there where you could. He bowls a no ball off the pitch and Phil lets it go. He should have had a swing. Why wouldn't you? Sean Fuller's here. Rupert Babies, Daniel, Gareth, Kai, Pete, Sean. And no, that'll be 1. I reckon no. Anyway, 2 balls to go. It'll be interesting to see if Kai plays in the next game. I don't know that he is going to be, but he's definitely in their best 6, but he never ever plays well against the spin bowling of Hopesy or Hinchy. In fact, I've never seen him have success, I don't reckon, against either of those bowlers. 2 runs there, last ball. He might hit the odd one, but I don't reckon. I reckon those 2 have got the wood on him big time. It'll be 1 run, end of the over. And I've got a fair bit of time for Kai as a player in general. He's good fielding skills, bowls well, and he does whack a lot of bowlers around the park when he does play. But those 2 blokes he doesn't do it to. It's going to be what? Oh, maybe not. Play ball. Dead rock. Anyway, that'll be 2 runs, and Anthony does the fielding. Yeah, so probably a bit of a dilemma for the Rupert Babies if they're looking. I don't know whether they're going to try and play the best side that they can put on the park. But if they were to do that, I think Kai would be in their best 6, absolutely. But whether it works for them against the dynamic duo, it's based on previous experience, it's fair to say it'd be doubtful. Dead rock play. That's a nice shot there by Luke. Anthony did the fielding. 2 runs. So last ball, super ball. They need 13 for the skin. Dead rock bowls, and Phil just gets it for 1, which will be 2, and that'll be the end of the over because that was the super ball. What time is it? It's 8:06, and yep, it's all good. And no pressure for time tonight. It's last week of the year, and there's only 3 games on this court, and I reckon Hinchy will want a little bit of a he'll want a 5-minute spell. I reckon I'll be able to have me smoke, no one will care, because he'll definitely want 5 to 10 minutes at least, I reckon, rest after this game before he fronts up again. Chris Fry's coming out here to bat with Stu Gaffney, and I just wonder how close they can get. They need roughly 100, a little bit under. Anthony Campbell, play ball. If Anthony bowls all 6 overs, it could be interesting. Anyway, Anthony comes into bowl here. Now, full toss, it should be 7, but it won't be. It lands in front of Hinchy, and so ends up being a dot ball. As he bowls and gets an edge, and he gets a wicket for that. So that's Deadrock taking the catch, and Anthony Campbell strikes again. As comes into bowl again, and a bit of outswing, and it doesn't matter because the batsman's hit it for 7. It would have been run out, but it was a nice shot there by Chris. What's the weather? 28 degrees, partly cloudy. That's what it is, Jules. Another segment of mine, bringing the letting you know what the weather is. Gee whiz, that's a 7 that's been run out, and that's another set play there by Anthony, more so than the brilliance of Hinchy. It was the setup and the strategy by the bowler, I reckon, was the main thing there. Last ball. As we go around the grounds, we give weather forecasts. We bring the weather to you, the one that gives me the conditions on the laptop. That's the end of the over. 5 runs for Chris. Yep. Yeah, hopefully you got enough runs. So Anthony Campbell's got 3 for 15. So that ain't bad. And he's bowled 3. Yeah, he's bowled his 3 overs. So that's what he'll end up with. Cruz, play ball. So he's bowling to Chris Fry. And he smacks it, and Hinchy's there, and I reckon he's in. So he hits the stumps, but I reckon that'll be in. And the only person really that's appealing for that is you-know-who, and that's Julian. There's no review, and Cruz bowls this one too. It's a shocker. It's a no ball off the pitch, and they'll get through for a run, because the people that are going to be trying to field that ball there are Lewis and Anthony, and they're not going to be doing anything in a hurry. Anyway, no chance of a run out there regardless. Oh, I don't know why he ducked into that. I don't know. I actually don't know what it came off. Anyway, so he's actually indicated that it's his elbow, but I actually didn't know. So I haven't given that not out because I could see what happened. I gave it not out because I wasn't sure. And as it turns out, it seems like it might have come off his elbow. That's what Anthony said. I reckon that's just out, and he's definitely going to want to review. Are we reviewing it or not? So Chris, we are. Okay, so Chris reckons he's out, and even though he's told Stewie that, Stewie's decided that I want to review it anyway. So this will leave him with no reviews, provided this is out, which I think it is. And we'll show it. Let's have a look. Here comes the throw. And that'll be gone. You can see the bat's well short. It's actually not close. And yeah, gee whiz, we're looking at 3 to 3.5 frames probably. So that is another poor challenge. Last ball. So they've got none left now. And no ball off the pitch. It's rubbish, and that's the end of the over. Yeah, what was I talking about before that? I can't remember. Right, anyway, Lewis is going to be bowling, if you can call it that. I use the term loosely. Play ball, as he comes in to bowl to Chris. And he hits it in the air, and Lewis decides I might catch one for a change. Yeah, so that's the first favour I reckon Cruz has done Lewis all night. Most of the time he's been letting them go, or dropping them, or misfielding them. Anyway, Lewis bowls this. And that could be another one. And he's obviously deliberately dropped that, and it probably would have been run out actually. But anyway, Cruz, yep, selective effort is what you could call it, or selected non-effort. That's gone for 4, although Hinchy's actually taken the catch, so would have been 4 if he dropped it, but he didn't. He doesn't drop many, he just took that catch right in front of his girlfriend who's watching intently. She'll be very excited about watching this game from so close to the back net there. Last ball, and her and Hinchy exchanging words pretty much between every ball that's bowled. And that'll be 7. That's the end of the over. Yeah, and don't know whether that'll happen as much in the next game. I reckon Hinchy will be have a lot more to worry about out here when he's playing. It'll just be him and Hopesy. Play ball. Anyway, that's always been enough in the past. It'll probably be enough again. That would have been run out, they miss. Yeah. 2 runs there to Stu Gaffney. They've got 94 on the board. That's spun off at right angles after it hit the net, so not going to get too stuck into deadrock over that one. Julian gets the ball, and Hinchy bowls, and he hits it on the full, and Lewis is there, but that hasn't really amounted to anything, and they get 3 for 7 as Hinchy bowls this one. And actually that's good bowling, and he's well and truly got the batsman completely bamboozled there, and he's stumped by a long way. Last ball. He bowls this one, and again it's well bowled, and no run. End of the over. So Hinchy's got 3 for 13 without busting a gut. And Julian the Shillonga, sensational player that he is going to be bowling his 3rd over. Play ball. So left arm round the wicket to Stu Gaffney. And he hits it for 4. He should be run out, and he is. So he just does that takes that in his stride. Oh, he didn't touch it, he reckons. Okay. All right. Okay, well, if he says he didn't touch it, he didn't touch it. But that surprises the crap out of me. Looked like he just tapped it onto the stumps, but he reckons he didn't actually get a finger on it or a hand on it, so we give him 4. That's going to go for 7, as it should. And he was looking to save the crease there, Stewie, but I don't reckon he was in. I reckon he was just short. And anyway, they got 7, missed the stumps. Julian to Stewie, and it's actually a leg side. It's still a wide. He's a left-handed batsman. It was a leg side. And misses a ball to hit for 7, but he doesn't. He hit it for 4, and the throw comes this end. Last ball. And Julian the Shillonga comes in to bowl his last ball of the evening, and it's a ball to hit, and this should be run out now. And was it out anyway, was it? Yeah, it might have hit anyway, but he made sure of it. That's the end of the over. Might have come off the keeper onto the stumps, but anyway, he made sure of it in the end, which I appreciate. So a wicket for Julian there. He ends up with 2 for 26. Yeah, you're happy with that, are you, Jules? Yeah, I didn't think you'd be too... It's okay, you're not too unhappy. 2. He got 2. Deadrock's going to bowl. And then we'll be done. We'll have another game to go, though. The big one coming. Right, play ball. So Deadrock comes in to bowl to Chris Fry. And it's rubbish, and he hits it straight back at him. He drops the catch. No, not the worst, Jules. No, 2 for 26 is not the worst. We've seen you go for more than that. As Deadrock comes in the bowl to Chris, and he hits it well, but straight down the throat of Hinchcliffe, who doesn't drop that. Yeah, you should be good. You should get the skin. It's looking like maximum points here for Deadrock's team. Not that they've all tried all that hard. And 4 runs. Probably fair to say that Hinchy's going to be the difference between the two sides. Although the batting from Deadrock and Cruz was also exceptional in the first innings. That's in the air but safe, and there's Hinchy. And I think it's 3. And there's 1 ball to go Super Ball. They need 61 off the last ball to win. What are the odds? Comes in the bowl, 1 more trash delivery before he goes, and he might know. Chance of a run out. Oh, gee whiz. No. We'll give it 6, and that'll be the end of that. Thanks, Anthony. You can give it to Hinchy if you like. Yep, that's fine. All right. Thanks for the game, boys. We'll be back. As good as fun as those 2 games were, the main event is to come. And cricket next. Looking forward to that game. See you soon. Rightio, the main event, and I believe we've got plenty of viewers tuning in for this game. I've been told to go hard in the commentary, so I will, especially against Hopesy and Hinchy. And yeah, Hinchy's already played the last game. He went to cricket training as well, and now he's got to go again for all 36 overs. Good luck to you. Play ball. Right, we get started. And Ty Hope's opening the bowling to Kai. And Kai smacks the first one for 5, so that's an auspicious beginning there for the dynamic duo. And I mentioned earlier that Kai, as good a player as he can be, doesn't usually have a lot of success against when he faces either of these two bowlers. But he does get off to a good start with that first one. Anyway, that ball beats the bat. Hinchy's not wearing a box apparently. I think he might have worn that. So most unfortunate. There's Johnny picking a gap on the leg side for 2, and there'll be plenty of gaps, don't worry about that. Are they going to be good enough to exploit them? Yeah. And only team to challenge these two really have been the Reaper Babies. They lost by a run when they played previously. That was quite some time ago. That ball beats the bat. Last ball. So they may fancy their chances. Hopesy bowls and probably the wrong in there, and it's been hit before, and they're going to go again, and this is that's good tactics. That's the end of the over, so they pick up 5 runs on that one, and Hopesy wasn't too keen to get the ball quickly after that ball was hit for 4, and they sneaked an extra run. Anyway, Clint Hinchcliffe. It's going to be all about conserving energy tonight. It's a hot night. It's currently 28 degrees. Play ball. And Hinchy comes in to bowl to John Swindles. And he plays a nice shot. And there's Hopesy. And I reckon it's just in. And I give it 2 runs. Well fielded. And the bails are off at both ends. And Hopesy and Hinchy will be pretty good at putting those bails back on. Hopesy just having a little bit of trouble, which is rare. He's done it. It's an achievement. Rightio, play ball. Hinchy bowls to Kai, and he gets an edge, and it might land safely, it will, and they'll get a run. A bit lucky. But they may as well swing from the bootlaces, because chances are it'll land safely, as long as they get some bat on it. He bowls this to John, and it's a good ball, so it's just in. And a dot ball is what we pay that one. Yeah, my mate Clint Hinchcliffe, he bowls, and it's nicely played, and he runs after it, but he's not going to be able to stop 4. Last ball. Josie, that's Hinchy's girlfriend, just sitting at the back there watching on intently. She watched the last game and was down here cheering Hinchy on again last night. Anyway, that's 5 runs, end of the over. So a great start for the Reaper Babies, and g'day to the Todd brothers that are apparently all watching this game along with many others, I've been told. And I reckon they'll be excited if the Reaper Babies put up a good show here, as will I. And 24 runs after 2 overs. There you go. Play ball. Hopesy to high chirple, and it beats the bat and he's out, so that'll be stumped. And they pick up their first wicket. Yep. So he comes in the bowl again. Gives it plenty of air. He says no as soon as he lets go of the ball, and that's because it's a full toss, and it deserved to go for 7, and it copped the full treatment. 7 runs. All right. He bowls to John. And gets an edge on that. Oh, Hinchy, it's a good effort. He hasn't taken it, but there was bat involved, and just wasn't able to quite manage to take the catch. Hopes he bowls to John, and wide, and that's what we pay. Last ball. Quite a few people are actually watching this game. There's Julian Gangemi, just to name one, but all the see you next Tuesday guys have hung around. That's a very poor shot, and that'll be out. So 2 out wicket there caught, and 2 for 11 for Hopesy off his 2 overs so far. 23's the total, and it was a bit of a nothing shot there from Johnny, just poked the bat at it, and an easy catch for Hinch. Right, Hinchy's turn. Play ball. Kai, who's batting quite well most of the time so far. He got stumped once. He's hit it for 7, and that's a good shot. So a little bit short, that ball from Hinchy, and gave Kai the opportunity to hit the back net again. So Kai batting very nicely so far as Hinchy bowls to John, who's struggling a little bit. He actually smacks that beautifully though. It was hit across the line, but nevertheless timed it well through mid-on, where there's no fielders, surprise, surprise, and they get 5. 12 runs off 2 balls as Hinchy comes in to bowl to Kai Sherpel, and that is not a good shot. It's a nice piece of bowling, the wrong one, but they need to, even though he's been hitting the ball well, he needs to hold his crease in that sort of situation, and he didn't. And this time he holds his crease, he gets an edge and he's caught. So that time he decided, I won't charge, I'll just play from the crease, and then he's got an edge on that and hopes he got the easy catch. Last ball, Hinchy on a hat-trick all of a sudden, and that one was short and he takes the catch. So that was there to hit anywhere. He hit it straight back at the bowler, and he doesn't drop catches like that. You're here, John. It's the end of the over. So all of a sudden, Hinchy gets a hat-trick, and there's, the score's down to 20 after 4 overs. So yeah, they were looking all right until that. They were 35 runs a moment ago. Now they're on 20. Play ball. Ty Hopes bowling to John Swindles, and an underneath edge or French cut, and 1 run is the result. And this is Hopesy bowling to Kai, and Kai plays a nice shot. A chance of a run out, and that'll be out. So that's a good piece of fielding. And yeah, Dead-Eye Dick Hopesy with that one, and if he'd missed that, they probably would have been looking to run an extra one, but he was still going to go for the run out rather than, they're always going to go for the run outs if they can get them. They won't be thinking about saving or stopping the batters from running 2 or more. And I think that's 1. I don't think there was any bat involved. Wasn't 100% sure. As Hopesy bowls to Kai. It's the wrong one. It should be run out again here, and he'll be able to walk that in, and he does enough to do it in time. It's gone. A bit tighter than it looked like it was going to be for a moment there, but still enough to swear by. No review. All of a sudden the wheels are falling off for the Reapit Babies as this partnership's only on 12. Last ball. Hopesy to John, and he's swinging a miss, and that's the end of the over. Yep, so 12 runs only now after 5 overs. A dynamic duo have fought back in those last couple of overs. Hinchy to bowl the last over of the partnership. Play ball. And Hinchy bowls to Kai Sherpel, and he gets an edge and hopes he takes it. John Swindle says yes. Let's run. No need. Out court. You see Julian Gangemi, Deadrock and Lewis all having a conversation at the back there, and wouldn't you love to be a fly on the wall for that conversation, because they're all very intelligent individuals, and it's my loss that I can't hear what's been said. As Hinchy bowls to Kai, it's a short ball, it should go the journey, it does. Oh, I reckon that's gone. And we might have our first review. Yeah, we're having a look. Yeah, okay, so John said we're having a review, and it only takes 1 batsman to say we're going to check it, and that means it'll be counted as a review. And so we'll check this, and I reckon it's gone, and we'll just make sure of it before we put it in. So here it comes, and here's Kai. He's getting there, but I don't think he's going to make it, and it'll be just out. So just a frame, but enough to swear by. So we get that one right, and that'll be out. So 1 review gone, 1 left. Play ball. And Hinchy bowls this one, and it comes back into the batsman, which means it's a good ball. And they get 1. Last ball, super ball. Gee whiz, they've only got 3 runs to show for some of the big hitting they did in the first 3 overs. And he bowls this, and oh geez. So that's the wrong one, and it beats the bat, and it's, that wasn't particularly intelligent batting, to be fair. And what looked like being a good start to the game for the Reapit Babies has ended up with only -7 on the board, so that's not good. And Kai was the one that was smacking him early, but he's ended up with minus 20 off the stick. So, yep, a few wry smiles amongst the rest of the Reapit babies there when they saw the stats show up on the scoreboard. All right, there'll be another, but we might commentate a bit here and there if we see something silly going on. We're bound to. Anyway, they're having trouble getting in here for some reason, getting through the net. But looks like they might have worked it out. Daniel van der Meer batting with the Sean. Yeah, very good keeping, Hinch. Yes. No, you're doing well. Right. Play ball. This will be Ty Hope's bowling. Play. And he bowls to Daniel. And Daniel hits it for 2, and that's what he'll get. I reckon this pair will do somewhat better than the last pair, although that wouldn't be hard, you wouldn't think. Minus 7's not much to beat. But good ball, so it's okay. It spun a bit, and it was down the leg side, but I reckon it was inside the line. And we're in good position to make sure of that. So a dot ball. He bowls to Sean. Plenty of air. The wrong one, it beats the bat and it beats the keeper. And she's just telling me how good a job he's doing taking the ball tonight. I hope he's bowling. And he fumbles one. Third ball. Yep, so as soon as you talk yourself up, Hinch, next thing you know, you fumble it. Short ball, it should be hit, and just plays the safe shot. So that wasn't a very good ball by Hotesy, but it's only cost him 2, which won't bother them. Last ball. And he bowls to Daniel. And Daniel hits it well, and would have been out in a normal game probably, but end of the over, they're not going to run again. So they get 4, and as I say, if that was a normal 6-a-side or 8-a-side game, that would have been out court more than likely. But in this game, just the 2 players out here, so those sort of shots are going to give them runs, which is what the Reapit babies need. Anyway, they're on 1 all of a sudden. Right, play ball. Hinchy bowling to Daniel. Gives it plenty of air. He hits it on the full, and that'll be an easy 4 runs. Yeah, Josie watching Hinchy bowl, and she couldn't look much less interested in what's happening. But anyway, that's okay. That's common. That was hit for 7. That's a really nice shot by Sean. We better point that out. Hinchy's gone for 11 off 2, and he bowls a short ball, tucks the batsman up, and chance of a run out. He misses the stumps, it would have been gone, and they get 2. Good start for this pair, a bit like the first pair. They started well, then it all went wrong. He hits that for 2, and there's 1 ball remaining. Like a gazelle hopes he scurries along to pick that ball up. No one will be in too much of a hurry in this game, I don't reckon. Hinchy bowls. It's a little bit short, but he doesn't. He's actually out caught, so that ball was there to hit really. And Hinchy shakes his head, so I don't reckon he thought that was really well bowled by any stretch. But the batsman hit it to him, and he took the catch low to the ground. Right, the score's on 11, and nowhere near enough. Play ball. So I would have been looking at needing 150, I reckon, to be even competitive. And they're a long way off 150, let me tell you. If they could get anywhere near 100 from this point, they'd probably take that. And I don't reckon that'd be enough. And I don't reckon they'll get that many either, to be fair. Anyway, hopes he bowls this one. And off the body, and here's Hinch, and it would have been gone. He missed the stumps. They're thinking about running 2, but they don't go. So just the single. There's Shaz. Shaz just walking past, says, "Hey, Wazza." Ex-employee, Shaz. Yeah, didn't give it away that long ago, but still shows up on a Tuesday night to play netball, and her daughters are here, or 2 of them are, working and playing netball as well. That's in the air, but safe, and a chance of a run out, and that's very good fielding. I've got to call it as it is, and that's good work there by Hopesy. So another run out, and that's the 2nd wicket in this partnership so far. hopes he has to put the bails on himself. Last ball, and he bowls to Sean Fuller. And it's short, and the wrong un, and he hits it on the leg side for an easy 2, and that's the end of the over. So at this stage of the game, given the start that dynamic duo have had, 1s and 2s aren't really going to bother them very much, I don't reckon. They just about give them 2 a ball for the rest of the innings and walk away and have a rest, if they had the opportunity to have that choice. Play ball, Clint Hinchy, leg side. So I don't reckon that hit the batsman, and it was certainly outside the line. So we pay the wide with an extra 1. He bowls to Daniel van der Meer, and he hits it well, and Hinchy gets a hand on that, but he's often got a hand on it, but he got a finger to that one and went for 5. So Hinchy bowls to Sean Fuller, and Sean hits that beautifully. He could be run out here, or he doesn't take it. That looked like a bit of a tired effort. The first sign of some fatigue and tiredness just setting in there for Hinchy, I reckon. 7 runs. Good news for the Reapert babies as he bowls to Daniel, and Daniel hits it well. Hinchy's there again, and again I reckon the direct hit is out, but he missed and they get 3. And it's last ball. All of a sudden the score's got up to 29. This pair has 36. And Hinchy has a think about it, and he comes in to bowl the last ball of the over. It's a short ball. It's there to whack it. He does whack it. It deserved to be 7. It is. End of the over. So that was a very productive over. 25 runs coming from that over. And that's a fantastic situation for the Reapert babies, and just adds a little bit of life into the game again, which is what we want to see. We do want to see a contest, and that was a good result for the Reaperts. Play ball, Ty Hopes bowling the next over play, and he bowls to Sean, and that's a good ball. So it's, and it could be out, and it is out. So I know that's gone. We'll just have a look and see whether they want to have a review, and it doesn't look like they're going to waste another one. I wasted 1 that was out by quite a margin, and that was probably an unnecessary wicket because the batsman didn't lay bat on it, and Daniel just backed up a little bit too far, and the throw from Hinchy was right on the money. He bowls, and that's in the air. It goes over his head, and hopes he won't be happy about that, but that's what makes it funny. And they get 5. Gave it to the wrong batsman. We better fix that up. The stats are everything. As hopes he bowls to Daniel off the leg. So even though it hits the net for 3, I only be paying 1, and made that call pretty early. Hopesy getting through this innings fairly quickly. It's a short ball, it's a wide, and another chance of a run out, which would have been out, and but it's not because he missed. Last ball. I reckon 2 runs off that ball was a good result for the dynamic duo because it was the sort of ball that was there to hit, but just too wide of the batsman. He bowls this one, plenty of air, beats the bat. Hinchy's there again, hits the stumps. This time I reckon he's in. End of the over. They don't sneak a run. And okay, so Hinchy's decided to check that, and it might be just a delay tactic, just to give him a chance to have a rest while I take a few seconds to check it. I don't. Yeah. Hopes he said he didn't see it, so he's not sure. I reckon Hinchy's review here is more on hope than anything. I don't think it's out, but we will check just to make sure. And it looks like he's going to make it by a fair. Okay, so he's already there. It's close enough to check 2 cameras. It's only a couple of frames, only just in on the old bowler's end camera. So we go to the full length, and well, it's in there as well. Well, may as well use your trial cam. I'll give you the full rest that you want. The new camera, and that's also in. So it's not out categorically. Play ball. So we gave him every opportunity to find a way to give that as out. Yeah, that's absolutely hammered. That would be one of the best shots of the night. And Hinchy continues to cop a bit of a pasting, which is great to see. And again, back-to-back 7s, here they come. All of a sudden, TAB Sportsbet reopen betting and adjust the odds, because that's 14 off 2. This pair's got 60, and we're up to 53 in the 12th over. What happened to the first pair? Why did they go to water? That's off the glove. So that is 2. Yep, it's a bit of a shame for the game that the first pair, after being 35 after about, in the 3rd over, ended up with -7. And this pair's sustained their effort and just showing you how to play when there's only 2 players out here in the field. Last ball, Super Ball. I suppose they get a free drink for a 65-run partnership, which they should get now. And that's a good ball, so they won't get it, or they are. They're going to run and it's out. Oh, gee whiz. Oh, we just saved management another $18 because they've unnecessarily gone for a run there, although they were trying to get the 65. And the ball was not a leg side, so we couldn't help them there, and they end up with 54. Anyway, that's what it is. Still a good partnership nevertheless, 54 runs. I would have taken that every day of the week. And I'm not too sure how this pair will go because Damien bats well, but Pete might struggle against these spin bowlers, I would have thought. A lot of batsmen do, but Pete's been playing for probably close to a year now. He didn't play for the Reapers for a long time. He used to come down and support them, come down and watch them play. But anyway, I think Pete will struggle from what I've seen in the past, and Damien's going to have to get as much strike as possible and score a lot of the runs himself. Play ball. That's my opinion. Here he comes. Hopesy. And he bowls, and it's a good ball. A bit of a circumspect shot there by Damien, and they get a run, although that would have been run out if Hinchy's throw had hit the stumps. Let's see how Pete goes. I reckon lots of balls might hit the body. And anyway, that one is just beaten outside the off stump. It was a leg spinner, and if he bowls them there, that'll be good enough, I reckon, pretty much, most of the time. Hopesy bowls, and it's another leg spinner. He actually played that quite nicely, and I think Hopesy was just a little bit annoyed with himself, as it was just a little bit short, and I reckon the batsman there would definitely have been reading that off the pitch and not out of the hand. That's short as well. That's there to hit, and it's gone all the way, and it is 7. So he didn't quite middle it, and it did hit the top net, but it still had enough on it to hit low on the back net on the full, and we called it 7, and Hopesy signalled that as well. So that would be the right call. He comes in to bowl to Pete, and leg side, so it's outside the line, and that'll be the end of the over. Anyway, what did that over cost? 12 runs. Good start for the batting pair, 12 runs. And the game on the MCG is just about to start, and the first ball was bowled there. And that's the Hooters versus the Sharks. Sharks are batting. And, we might commentate a bit of that game from time to time. Play ball, because I just like a challenge. Hinchy, full toss, Damien. A gift of 2 runs. Hinchy's last 2 overs have been very expensive. Anyway, he comes into bowl here. And it's a leg side, so an easy call to make. Even Pete Cahill would have got that one right. And that's saying something. Your mate Pete, how you going? He wouldn't be watching probably, rightfully so. Off the leg and pops up in the air, but they'll get through for a single. Yeah, my mate Pete. Anyway, Hinchy bowling to Damien, and well bowled, well played, and couldn't do much more than hit that for 2, and 66 is on the board. And Hinchy comes in to bowl to Pete, not Pete Cahill, but it's the other Pete, it's Pete Dennison. Oh, he's fumbled, that's gone for 3, and that's the end of the over. So piss poor fielding there by Hinchy. He was sizing up the opportunity to get the run out there, and must have taken his eye off the ball just momentarily. That caused the fumble, and that brought them 3 runs instead of -5. Hopesy, his turn to bowl again. Play ball. I reckon they're going to be tired blokes when they come out here to bat. That's in the air. It's not a good ball. It was hit reasonably well. It probably would have been out under normal circumstances and 6 fielders or thereabouts, but in that situation there's no one there and he gets 4. Hopesy to Damien, and Damien plays a little paddle shot on the leg side for another comfortable 2. And Pete doing a good job so far, not necessarily the best technique in the world that I've ever seen, but he's been effective up until this point. And that's the wrong one, and he played it quite nicely, just a little bit shorter than hopes he was looking to bowl that. He would have liked to have just had it pitched up a little bit more than that. Anyway, Pete hit it for 2. You can only play the hand you dealt, and that's out, so that's not a good shot. And he tried to play a real safe sort of nothing shot, just try to get through that delivery without getting out. And it didn't work for him because he played it onto the stumps, out bowl. Last ball. Bowls to Damien, plenty of air, he plays it nice, it's 3, which will be 4. And no, they're not gonna. End of the over. So I reckon they've had a few chances to run extras. I reckon they've only done it once, maybe the first pair. And I reckon since then they've sort of not been too keen to milk it for all it's worth and take the extra run. Fairly considerate to these 2 blokes that are out here because they don't have any support in the field. Play ball. Anyway, they should be running everything they can possibly run, I reckon. That's what most sides have done when they've played them. They've tried to run 2s and 3s a fair bit of the time. Anyway, Hinchy bowling to Pete Dennison, and that's the wrong, and it didn't actually turn very much, that one, and Pete went for the big shot, and he's actually playing out of his skin, to be fair, Pete, and gone for the big shot, and he may as well tee off. There's no fielders out there, and it's working for him. Bowls to Damien, and it's off the leg, and Hopes and Hinchy will both think that 1 run there is gold. 83, they've got it up to. Pete ready to face Hinchy again, and good ball, so it's inside the line. It was the leg spinner, but it didn't spin enough to get the wide, and it's last ball of the 16th over as he comes in to bowl to Pete, and geez, hit that beautifully as well, so that's right in the slot. Thanks for coming. That's the end of the over, so 4 runs for that. Now I reckon Pete's outscored him. He has. So I thought Pete might be the bunny of the 2, but he's showing us a thing or 2. He's on 24, and this pair's managed to muster 40 runs, and I didn't see that coming. So it's good for the game, it's good for the Reapit babies. Right, Hopesy. 2 overs to go. What can they do? Play ball. Bowling to Pete, who's been on fire for him. And he's going to hit that well. There'll only be 2, I think. I think that's just this side of the tape. It was a rather tight one. Anyway, we only pay the highest score when we're sure of it. And that was well bowled that time, and he got an inside edge onto his leg. He was definitely bat involved, and we gave that to. They got it up to 91. Yeah. So he's putting up a reasonable innings here, the Reapit babies. That first pair's going to come back to Hornham, I think, as he bowls this, and this time a swing and a miss by Pete, so he doesn't get that one, but he holds his crease, which is important. Deadrock's umpiring that game next to me. What a thrill for the 2 teams that are playing, and hopes he bowls, and he hits it across the line. It was a little bit fortunate, but he may as well have a go, and fortune favours the brave again. They get 2, and there's 1 ball to go. Damien. He might look to play a big shot. Damien hasn't really teed off. It's let Pete do the hitting. Damien hit 1-7. Anyway, that's a good ball. It's the top spinner. Chance of a run out, they miss. End of the over. Pete was interested in maybe running there, but Damien not so much. All right, 46 the partnership. And got Rishi batting with Paul Leckie there on the MCG for the... Yeah. And batting for the Sharks there. Looks like Spud's going to have over there bowling for the... Sorry? No, it's not third ball. Right, Hinchy, play ball. This is the last over of the innings, and Hinchy bowls. It's not a good ball, but it's a wide. And I reckon they'll be happy they only cost them 2, because that was the sort of ball that could have potentially have been hit to the back net. Anyway, they've got to re-bowl it. Better ball, the leg spinner. Don't see Hinchy bowl too many leg spinners. I'd like to see him bowl a few more than he does, but his wrong and does work well for him. So he chooses that option more often than not. That was the wrong, and it was a good ball to beat the bat. So 3rd ball. Yep. 3rd ball coming up here. An important delivery in the scheme of things. And he bowls, and he beats the bat, and it's fumbled by Hopesy, so the guaranteed wicket and stumping there was definitely on the cards. And Hopesy throws the glove away in disgust. rightfully so. Right, 2 balls to go. Hinchy just asking his girlfriend Josie there for a bit of advice, I think, and yep, she led him in the right direction because he bowled a ball that the batsman couldn't hit. Last ball, super ball. He bowls, and the batsman hits it, and it'll be 2, it'll be out, so it's really good fielding at the end. Pete decides to review just because they've got one left. Actually, I don't think they have. Oh, it's out anyway. I'll just check it. You got the ball? Yeah, Hopes he says, yeah, check it if you want. anyway, it's 100% gone. And it won't be close. They only wanted to review it because it was the last ball of the innings, and we'll bring it up. But I reckon this is several frames, and I'll give you the exact margin in a minute. Here we go. So we bring it up. Here comes the tap. Stumps are broken now, and he's out. And we roll it forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7.5 frames, so just out, and a great call by me to get that one right, because that margin was huge. Right, so that's going to bring the score down to 86. Second 2 pairs did a good job. The first pair started well, they blew it, and I reckon 86 won't be anywhere near enough, you wouldn't think. Anyway, now we'll just chuck the ball in for the next court and next innings, and let's have a look at the MCG for a moment. Bowler coming in the bowl, I don't even know who that is. And Paul Leckie hits it in the air, and there's Spud with the tap. It's way off. I reckon that's extra run, so I don't know what Deadrock paid there, but I reckon that was 4. The tap was into the side net, into the back net from there, and that's an outside edge from Rishi, and well fielded by the fielder on the offside, and they got 1. Would have been out. Is there anything happening on Bay 13? I don't reckon there is. I reckon they're finished down there tonight, and they're not a soul, no one to be seen. The lights are on, but no one's home. Paul Leckie. Oh, he's been absolutely clean ripped there on the MCG, and good piece of bowling by that bloke. And let's see if we get his name. Nato, N-A-T-O, NATO unknown. Never heard of him, never seen him before. Wouldn't know him from a bar of soap, but he just bowled Paul Leckie. What's the score there? The Sharks made 9 runs in the first partnership against the Hooters, so that's not many. It's more than the first pair made in our game, though. They got -7. Haven't forgotten. There's Julian Gangemi down the back there, and I reckon he's just gone and got McDonald's. And so Lewis is eating chips as well. Geez, they eat some food in this joint, some of these young blokes. I'm telling you, Lewis, Cruz, Deadrock, Ethan, when he's here. Yep, they order takeout nearly every night they're here. Damo brings a bit of food for Cruz sometimes, that's his dad. But they get well looked after. And they must have to buy a lot of stock in the terms of chips, chocolates and ice creams down here, because some of the staff milk it for all it's worth. There's a run out there. Andrew Connell on the MCG just got run out, and I'm surprised he didn't review it. His review record against me is 25-1, I reckon. He won 1, although I think it was inconclusive. We gave it to him. That was back in the day when it was $5 to take me on, and he paid me every time. He's given me more $5 notes than any other person I've ever met in my life. Right, play ball. So Hinchy and Ty Hopes are batting, and leg side to start with. That'll be Kai Sherpel. Now, I thank Andrew for all those donations. Yeah, $120 we would have made out of the one bloke, I reckon. Gee whiz, that's shit. And no other way to describe it. The ball got stuck in his hand, I reckon, that time, and he was 2 wides to start with. Hopes and Hinchy will take all the freebies they can get. That's a nice shot for 2, and I reckon, well, it would have been gone. It probably, I felt like the easiest option for the run out there was the bowlers, the keeper's end, but it would have been out at the bowler's end had he have hit. I don't think Hinchy thought it was going to be thrown that end. That's another wide, so that's 3 in the over, last ball, and you just can't bowl that sort of crap without me telling everybody on YouTube how ordinary it is. And And it's on the line, so I've got to pay that as well. That one at least was close, and that was actually close enough for me to, I'm just going to have a quick look. We don't review wides, but I've got time on my hands, so I might just have a quick look at that one, because I think the bowler probably thought that was a little bit harsh. Anyway, here we go. I'm bringing it up now, and yes, it's actually just outside the line. Play ball. So we didn't rob anybody. That'll be a dot ball. Yeah, so I could have been able to check that wide, and it was definitely just outside the line. He bowls wide. That's on the line as well on the offside, and I'm not checking that one. That's a definite. All right, we've had 5 wides already. That's hit for. Well, they're not going to run, so it'll be nothing. Yeah, so we're 8 balls in, and we've had 5 wides. So not the start that Reapers would be looking for. As he bowls to Hinchy. Full toss, he hits it well. There's a fielder there, and that would have been pretty tight. And anyway, he missed, and they got 3. Plenty of time, these batters. They won't be looking to kill themselves in the early stages of this innings. They'll be pretty worn out after the first innings. And that time they'll get 2, and that's the end of the over. Yeah, I reckon Hopesy will be absolutely rooted by the end of this. I've seen him play these games before, and he always comes off second best if you compare him to Hinchy in terms of how they look and how they feel after one of these games has been played. A bit hotter tonight than usual. Play ball. They might want a bit of a spell between partnerships, it wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, Damien, right arm around the wicket, and he bowls to Hopesy. And he hits it straight, and he's caught. So there's a wicket, and he just nonchalantly stuck out the left hand there, and the fielder held on to the catch, so well done. First wicket of the innings, and off the leg, and just giving that the 1 run, which is what I do. Yeah, Damien Vandermeer bowls to Clint Hitchcliffe. And he hits it well, and he gets a hand on that. And all things considered, the Reaper Babies probably take that because it was hammered at him. And he would have liked to have caught it, but it looked like being 7 off the bat, and they got none. So I reckon that's still a win for the Reapers. He bowls, and he absolutely hammers that. Still going, and that's 7 runs last ball, and fair dinkum, lucky there was a net there, because that ball would have ended up pretty much at Hungry Jack's on Wanneroo Road, I reckon, because that was absolutely smoked. Anyway, he bowls this one, full toss in there. He could be caught. No, he lands safely. There's Kai, and they get through for 4. Yeah, Hopesy, end of the over. I reckon Hopesy wasn't running all that hard, and he might have been in a spot of bother there at the bowler's end had that ball have hit the stumps. Sean Fuller, this bloke's a physio by trade. And he predominantly bowls leg spin, occasionally bowls medium pace, and not too sure what he's going to do here, but we'll see. He might mix it up a bit. Play ball. Anyway, 24 runs after 3 is where we're at, and he comes in to bowl to Hopesy, and it's a no ball off the pitch, and Hopesy helps himself to an additional 2, and he jogs down the other end. So won't be looking to run any harder than he has to. As Sean bowls to Hinchy, and Hinchy that squares him up a bit, and I'll tell you what, he wasn't looking to hit it there, but he still got 3 runs on the miss hit, so he'll take it as Sean bowls to Hopesy. Short, and that's an easy down up on the leg side actually for Hopesy, on the left-handed batsman of course. So he played that shot numerous times over the years. And Sean bowls to Hinchy, and it would have been a wide. He decided to try and hit it, and that actually didn't work for him because he got nothing. Yeah, guaranteed 2 into a hard-fought none, and that's last ball. And he gives it plenty of air. He beats the bat, he beats the keeper. Oh, geez, they piss away that wicket, and that's the end of the over. So they had a golden opportunity for a wicket there. It really should have been taken. And when you're defending the total that they are, those are the sort of situations where you just have to take the gift of a wicket that was on offer. and they didn't. So not good news for the Reaper babies there. It'll be third ball coming up. Pete Dennison. I reckon both batters might appreciate this bloke's bowling. We'll see. Third ball, play. So Pete comes in the bowl, and yeah, hopes he just says thank you. I'll hit that for 2. The Deadrock and Lewis bowl some absolute cream puffs a lot of the time when they play as well. And that's smacked, and hopes he saved the crease, and oh, that would have been gone. So I hope he thought he'd done all the hard work there by saving the bowler's end. But let me tell you, if Kai's throw had hit the stumps there at the keeper's end, that would have been all over. Anyway, he bowls it short, and again, easy 2. Tap from Sean, it was wide. Julian Gangemi at the back there, walking around. Doesn't know what to do with himself, like a cat on a hot tin roof he is. Doesn't like to sit still for long. Anyway, that's hit well, but I don't think they'll run. Oh, no, they still won't. Last ball. So they're going to conserve energy a fair bit here, no doubt, and why wouldn't you? And right arm around the wicket for the last ball of the 5th over. He bowls to Hinchy, and Hinchy hits it well, but side net, back net, there's Damien, but that's in, and that's the end of the over. And the bowler just looking at the fielders there, hoping they're going to say review, but none of the fielders give him anything, and that's right, because it was in. I'll let you know if it's wrong or a chance of being wrong. That wasn't one of them. Daniel Van der Meer to finish off with. Play ball, Damien's brother. So he bowls right arm around the wicket too to Hinchy. Hinchy plays it well, and Pete Dennison comes in, fumbles the ball a couple of times, and they get 3 for 2. So 50 runs this partnership, and they've still got 4 balls to go. As Daniel bowls to Hopesy, leg side that is, leg side we pay, and we chuck in a re-bowl as well. You don't want it? Okay, that's interesting. Doesn't want to be out here any longer than he has to be. And this one he hits for 2, although they don't run. No, so that was exciting stuff. Nothing really happened. 2 balls to go. Daniel bowls to Ty. It's a full toss, and he hits it nicely for 2. And there's 1 ball remaining in the over. It'll be a super ball, so more than likely he'll be looking to probably looking for the big shot here. He bowls, and he does go for the big one. It costs him. Yeah, that's out. Good night, nurse. Tell your story, walking, pal, because you're on your way. And that's absolute gold. So that just gives the Reaper babies just a little bit of encouragement, as Hinchy decided to show a bit of arrogance there and try and hit a 14 off the last ball, and cost him 10. Daniel's got 2 for -4 because of that wicket on the Super Bowl. And we've got 2 brand new batsmen out here in Ty Hopes and Clint Hinchcliffe. So let's see if they can do better than the first pair. Play ball, Pete Dennison. And he comes right arm around the wicket to bowl to Hopes. See, it's a good ball, he keeps it out. It's well bowled by Pete. And yeah, I hope you're not overjoyed with the fact that he didn't get any runs off that, but too bad. Anyway, he comes in the bowl this one and hits it straight, and they keep it off the net again. That's good fielding down the back there. They keep them honest by throwing it down here. And it's our 3rd ball all of a sudden. 3rd ball. Yeah. So Pete Dennison bowls to Ty Hopes, and it's on the pitch. It's a good ball. No, but now it is. And I reckon they've crossed there. No, I reckon the bat hit the ground. I don't reckon it was caught. And the batsman hopes he says he didn't hit it, but it's still out because it's run out. That's right. So they almost got away with that because the keeper was celebrating the catch behind, which actually wasn't the case. Play ball. Anyway, all's good in the end. They get the wicket, which is the most important thing. In the air for Sean. Oh, he doesn't hang on to it. It hit him in the chest. And anyway, he's all right. But a dot ball, having a good period here all of a sudden, the Reapers. They're just fighting back a bit. And that's in there. That should be caught as well. It is. Oh, here we come. Thanks for coming. This is what the game needed. And that's the end of the over. And they get -10 off that over. That's Pete Dennison that picked up the 2 wickets. He's got 2 for 5. and all of a sudden, you know, the game's alive again. So this is what we want to see. Right, that's changed things a lot those last couple of overs. Play ball, here's Damien van der Meer over the wicket bowling to Hopesy. And right arm over he bowls. And Hopesy decides that we better get a couple of runs somewhere along the line, so he hits that for 2. Daniel is Cruz in the background eating McDonald's chips as Hinchy hits that one for 2. So you can't pick your ass in this joint without me knowing about it, because I see what everyone's up to all the time, whether it be on this court or out the back there or on the court next to me. He bowls this, and it's a slower ball, and he's hit it in the air, and he's taken the catch one-handed, so that's an absolute gem. And another wicket falls. They did cross, so Hinchy will be on strike. And this pair just struggling a tad. And Reba Baby's capitalising. He bowls this one, and he smacks it straight. And they managed to get through for 5. That was a good shot. Last ball. Josh has just fallen over on the MCG for the Sharks. Got back in his crease before he got run out though, which was good. Damien bowls and hopes he hits it straight. He's well fielded, and that's the end of the over. So 4 runs only coming from that over because of the wicket that occurred. Damien's got reasonably good figures, 2 for 11. And this pair not doing as well as the first pair. Play ball, Sean Fuller. And he bowls to Clint Hinchcliffe, and he gives it plenty of air. He hits it on the full. There's Daniel. And I reckon that would have been just in if they'd hit the stumps, but we don't have to worry about it too much because it didn't. There's Josie just having another word there to Hinchy. I think she might be leaving. He's had a gutful and only watched so much cricket apparently. Anyway, I've watched more cricket than probably anybody out there, indoor cricket anyway, and I still haven't had a gutful, surprisingly enough. That's a no ball off the pitch. It's a bit scary to think when it'll all end for me, but it'll probably be death that'll end my career, because I'm not likely to give it up voluntarily. Now, that'll be 7. That's a nice shot, last ball, and it's going to be a difficult job to sustain if once I do cark it, but I'll certainly miss it if when that happens. Anyway, hopefully it's many years to come. But who knows? That throw hits Hopesy and he doesn't like it. That's the end of the over. So a bit of an unnecessary throw. He's got a smile on his face, and they say sorry, but yeah, he probably felt like that was an unnecessary throw. Certainly a wayward throw. 54 on the board, 9 overs in, so 33 required off 9. They should still have it well in hand. Play ball. This is Kai Sherple, and he bowls to Ty Hopes, and hits it nicely. And it's easy too. Easy pickings there. As Kai Sherple comes in to bowl to Clint Hinchcliffe, he whacks it. It's a good shot, and not going to get any runs for it. And I don't reckon they care. They can afford to be a bit selective. They've got plenty of overs to come, and not all that many runs to get. Nicely driven, and Josie did leave the building just for what it's worth, so yeah, Hinchy will have to get through the rest of this game without any support from her. And that was 3. He bowls to Ty, so Kai to Ty, and John Swindles does the fielding, and they pick up 2. Last over, been a good over here for the dynamic duo. They picked up 7 off 4 balls, another ball to go here. And hits that well. That's a good shot. That's going to be 3 every day of the week, and that's the end of the over. So a 10-run over, and the last over before that went for 16. So they've got things back on track more or less. The dynamic duo with the score now on 64. Play ball, John Swindles, and he's going to be bowling right arm around the wicket. There's a misfield on the MCG that went for 4. And that's hit straight, and John keeps it off all the nets, and there's no run. Actually, Lewis is batting on the MCG. I didn't notice that earlier, but he's batting on the MCG with Josh Sims from the Sharks. So that's a good shot by Hinchy. Nicely fielded by Daniel. They get 3. And I reckon Kim Tim Pillay is going to be bowling the next over on the MCG to Josh Sims. Anyway, we'll worry about our court for a moment. And it's a good ball, gets through Hopesy, and there's no run. Lewis is about to face the next ball on the MCG. We hope he gets out. And if he does, I'll let you know. John bowls to Hopesy, and it hits the top net, and they will get a run. I think Lewis got one run in that shot on the MCG. It wasn't a very good shot. I only saw it out of the corner of my eye because I sort of bowled that ball at the same time as the ball was being bowled here. And I need to watch this game, believe it or not. It probably would have been a wide, he hit it, and they get through for 2 and hopes he's stuffed. That's the end of the over. He almost pulled up a bit short there, and he just wiped the sweat off his brow. And I reckon that it's been a bit of an energy-sapping game, particularly for the team of 2. Play ball, and I reckon that things are just starting to wear a bit thin for Hopesy at the moment. I'm sensing that. That's a nice shot by Hinchy, and he picks up 4 side net, back net. Hopesy faces Daniel, and he plays a nice shot there, and he'll get through for 2. So they're still doing enough at the moment, the batters. And Daniel comes in to bowl to Hinchy, and well struck, and lands safely, and now they're going to run. So that was a little bit unnecessary, that throw by Damien, and they needed to hang on to the ball there, and they weren't going to run, but when the overthrow came in, they decided they'd pick up the 4. He bowls, and he bowls it to Hopes, he hits it straight to Shaw, and they don't run. Last ball, super ball. He comes in the bowl, and he hits it straight to Sean again. They don't run, and that's the end of the over. Yeah, next pair of batters, please. Anyway, it'll be Hinchy and Hopesy, of course. And anyway, they salvaged a fair bit out of that partnership in the end. They did struggle early, and the Reapers might have thought that they were a fleeting chance, but then they got their act together, these 2, and posted a decent partnership. And they don't need many now, so barring unforeseen events, you'd think they should be home and hosed. Anyway, we'll be hoping for a few more wickets. And Pete Dennison, play ball. So the fast pair starts, and off we go. And he bowls. It's not a bad ball. He hit it well. Might be 7, I think. I reckon that's gone through his hands and hit the back net on the full. So that works out pretty well for the dynamic duo, so all of a sudden they're in front. Pete bowls to Hopesy. Hopesy plays it nicely, and they pick up 2. Now mate Lewis on strike again on the MCG. Pete Dennison bowls here to Hinchy, and Hinchy hits it across the line, says no, and they don't run, and they avoid getting out. Pete Dennison bowls to Hinchy, short, there to hit, and Daniel, he's built the catch. It was actually not that difficult in the end, I didn't think, and it's actually come off hands and gone onto the back net for 7, and they could ill afford that. So that's a 12-run difference, and so they couldn't really afford that to happen, but it did. Last ball. Pete comes in to bowl this one to Hopesy. Hopesy, full toss, that'll be out, so wicket falls. That's the end of the over. That makes adds a bit of insult to injury in some respects, because if they had taken the other one, the scores would probably they'd be still needing a few runs to win, but they're still in front as it turns out. Sean Fuller, he'll be bowling again. Exciting stuff. Play ball. And he bowls to Hinchy, and Hinchy plays a very nice drive that hits the stumps directly. Down at the bowler's end. He didn't get a hand on it, the bowler, and it went through to the back net for 5. Pete Dennison was just inquiring there as to whether any chance of that being a run out, but I can assure you it wasn't. All right, Sean bowls to Ty Hopes, and this wide, and that's the leg spinner that just was always going to turn down the leg side. Easy call. Around the wicket is Sean, and he bolster, Ty Hopes. And he comes down the wicket and he hits it in the air and it lands safely. And they pick up 3. All of a sudden they're 15 in front. It looks like the first innings might have finished on the MCG. He bowls around the wicket to Hinchy, and he hits that well, and but I get nothing for it. It did hit the back net in the end, but they didn't run. And it's last ball as he bowls this one. And full toss, he hit it well, and they will get 4. That's the end of the over. Yep. So what was the score on the MCG? We'll have a quick look for you, because no doubt everyone tuning in at home would love to know. I can tell you that the Sharks didn't trouble the scorers very much. It was a shocking effort, really. They got 36 runs only from 18 overs against the Hooters, and that won't be anywhere near enough. You can bet your bottom dollar. Play ball. This is Damien coming into bowl to Hinchy, and it's the leg side. And yep, they'll take all the gifts they can get, especially now. Any ball they don't have to run, they're probably happy. Comes into bowl this one. Hinchy in the air, side net, and they don't run again. Throw comes in, hits the stumps, but it doesn't matter. It's insignificant. Gareth Davies on the sidelines there, mate. How are you? Yeah, he's watching. He didn't make the final cut for the 6 players in this game. Probably doesn't mind too much. And well fielded by Damien. I reckon that possibly would have been gone there for Hinchy, I reckon, if that hit the stumps. But we'll never have to care about it too much because it didn't. They got 2. Damien to Hopesy. And yep, nicely played. And there's Sean. That'll be an easy 2. Last ball. All of a sudden you sense the sting is just coming out of this game a bit. As Rishi bowls a leg side on the MCG. Dog shit of a delivery. Anyway, Damien bowls here. And no ball off the pitch. So that's not good bowling either. And that's the end of the over. In the air there by Hinchy. But as I said, no ball off the pitch. So no one was going to care. Yeah, you can sort of see it looking at the faces of the Rebit babies that they're accepting defeat here, I think. Play ball. Kai. That's well struck. I actually couldn't see past Pete, so you want a review? Yeah, have a look. So this time I'm blindsided by Pete Dennison, and I have no idea, to be honest. So it'll be in or out, and I'll be right or wrong, but I didn't see it. So let's see what the actual outcome is. Right. It's going to be pretty tight. It's out. So it's only just out. He's almost on the line, but not quite. So we couldn't fire somebody when we couldn't see for sure. But nevertheless, that first review that has gone against me, and wrong is wrong. Right, so a good review there by the Rebit babies. That's the leg side, so we'll pay that. And yep, where are we up to? 3 balls to go on the 16th over. He just blocks it out and then runs. And I'm a little bit surprised they ran there. I thought, sort of sense that they were going to just shut up shop and try not to run too often. Anyway, Kai comes into bowl to Hinchy, and well bowled and also well played, but no run. And last ball. They're 25 ahead. We've got 2.1 overs to go as Kai comes into bowl to Clint Hinchcliffe, and he skies that one, lands safely. They get 3. That'll be the end of the over. Kai's ended up with 1 for 21. And looks like Josh Sims having a bowl on the MCG. I can tell you one thing, the Hooters will be looking forward to facing Lewis. Why wouldn't you? Play ball. Good batsman, Lewis. Can field okay. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Bowling could be best described as cannon fodder, in my opinion. Pretty much very similar to Deadrock. Both of those blokes are very grateful that batting and fielding are a part of indoor cricket, because if they were trying to build a career based on bowling alone, they wouldn't be playing a very high level. Anyway, I've always thought that. I don't mind telling everyone. It's no news to a lot of people that. A lot of people would share that view. 4 runs that was for Hopesy. There's 2 balls to go on the over. And he comes into bowl. And Hinchy goes for the big shot and he's caught. So they get a late wicket, do the Reaper babies, and that's good for them. And Andrew Connell gets hit for 7 on the MCG, and that's a Yorker, and he keeps it out and actually hits it for 3, so that's a really good shot. And that's the end of the over. So 1 over to go. And Andrew Connell, hoping not to get hit for 7 again, but I hope he does, and I reckon he might. Oh gee, it was a shit delivery, it almost bounced twice. I think it went for 4. And yeah, me mate Andrew from the Sharks. Yeah, Daniel Vandermeer, play ball. Yes, Andrew would be another one of those blokes that would be glad that you don't need a licence to bowl, because he'd be on L plates for the rest of his life, I reckon. No good at all. But anyway, that's all right. I can have these opinions. If you see me bowling one-on-one cricket, you'd say the same thing, and rightfully so. Yeah, haven't played for 2 years. I reckon it's about 2 years since we had the last one-on-one tournament, but fair to say that leg side, he probably doesn't want it again. Yeah, fair to say that my best bowling days are well and truly behind me. Yep, anyway, can only do what you can do. And that'll be out court, so that's good news for the Reapers. They pick up another late wicket. Last ball, Super Ball. The margin's 30. Hasn't been a disgrace, but that first pair of -7 is, as I said, it might come back to haunt them, and it has. And that's the end of the over, end of the game. Thanks for coming, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. And yes, 30 runs of difference, and the first pair made -7. I reckon they were on 35 at one point. And that's the difference between the two teams, in my opinion. Right. Thanks, boys. They thank me for the game. That's good. I'll be here tomorrow night, just for a change, to do 4 more games. Can't wait to see you then. Bye for now.